Hello, and welcome to this week's episode of Dice and Dudes, a weekly D&D game where we invite you, the viewer, to watch a bunch of friends fumble through our 3-year-long campaign. And pretty soon we're starting our new campaign. We are once again brought to you by our friends at Military Gamer Supply. They've supplied the cameras, they supplied the internet, they help us out week by week. We have a great relationship with them. We love them just as much as they love us, probably more. Nick, what do we got going for Military Gamer Supply? So unprofessional. And ours is coming up.
I got it. Thursday night Modern, Friday night Commander and Standard. Saturday, play whatever you want. Sunday, Saturday, 40K. This weekend, Military Gamer Supply is going to be at El Paso Comic Con. They got an entire room demoing board games, demoing pretty much any tabletop strategy game you want to play, demoing card games. If you can be nerdy with it, you can probably show up. And it's this weekend, dude, because I am out of town.
The 13th, the 12th, the 13th, and the 14th.
That's this weekend.
That's this weekend, bro.
Yeah.
So now that we've blinked back to reality.
Also on Sundays, send me a message ahead of time. I will teach you how to play 40K in a way that I'm not going to stomp your guts out like some people will do. Nick's
a good teacher, and he's easy to beat, so beginners, go ahead.
Anyways, as I was saying, if you need help with lists, so I have this guy and some others on call that can help out build lists. So if you want to get ready for just casual games, or if you want to dip your toe into the competitive meta here, we could get you running on both feet instead of hobbling.
Which we have one of the best metas in the country from what I've seen, right? Like we're top.
We have a really high concentration of very skilled players. We've got 3 guys that consistently plays top 10 at national tournaments. So
yeah.
Our Tau player recently took 6th place out of, what was it, like 500 something players at the national championships.
Yeah.
LVO. So we have a pretty.
It's not technically the national championships. It's just what everybody knows is.
Yeah.
But we also have brand new people too, so you'll have other people to.
You can play to your skill level. You don't have to jump in the deep end, guys.
Well, if you want to learn how to play in the deep end, we'll get you up and running.
Yeah. We are also brought to you by, same as every week, David's Tiles and Terrain, my small company that makes dungeon tiles, any kind of terrain that you need, hence the name. But I'll also do a lot of painting for board games, 40K, Age of Sigmar, any kind of commissions that you need for painting or building, I can do it. If you're looking to build a nice looking table for your Age of Sigmar game or your 40K, your fantasy, any of your Mantic games, any of that, hit me up. I can also do old school painting on like things like Flames of War, some of the old school war games. Commission. I currently do have a couple of commissions, but get to me so you can get in line. I perpetually have had commissions for the last 4 months steadily. So if you want to get some stuff done, just hit me up so that way we can get you on the list. So updates on the upcoming move. We're going to be moving in the next couple of weeks. We may have a surprise. We're not going to announce before it happens. We're just going to kind of surprise with the new location where we're going to be. But that's going to, that is definitely coming down the pipe. We got some brand new cameras. We got some brand new mics. We got new lighting. We got a new computer for it. We try to go on all out as much as we possibly can. We are asking you, our rabid and consistent viewers, send us any advice that you have, even if it's just technical advice that you have for what you think can improve the stream. We're trying to work this out as best we can, but we don't do this for a living. We're not Critical Role, so we don't have that experience of going into doing something like this. So we're learning, we're learning bit by bit. So help us out if you like. Eventually, we will get ourselves a Patreon and a GoFundMe that we will be applying onto there. We will get you information on that. Please like us on YouTube. Like and subscribe. Please like us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. We have a Twitter, right? I don't know all the Twitters.
Yes, we have a Twitter, we have an Instagram, we have a Facebook account. We even have a Twitch.
You know all the Twitters, right? You know all the Twitters?
Yo, if it's social media, hook it up.
Yeah. Don't actually.
Also, make sure you click the bell on YouTube.
Yeah. If you want to get the notifications.
No, I'm just saying that.
Now, if you want to get the notifications, make sure you click that bell icon. That way we can, you know, when we're going live. If you don't follow us, we also do have our own Discord. I don't know how to get the information out for that Discord. I have no idea.
We'll figure it out. It'll be
We'll
posted.
figure it out. We'll link it on Facebook.
We are short one bunt right now, but he'll be here probably in about half an hour or so because of El Paso traffic. But once he gets here, we'll have him help us out with that. Before we go to break, we'll let you guys know how you can go and get into Discord. That's mainly the chat that we watch during the stream. Eventually, we will be watching on Twitch. We won't really follow the YouTube chat, but the Twitch chat we will. I think that's pretty much it for us on this side.
Yeah.
Anybody else got anything else?
It's
Any other
D&D
announcements?
time, bro.
No? All right, so let's go ahead and get to it. Let's bring it down. Get ourselves stuck into this week's episode 23. 22 more than I thought we'd have. Of Dice and Dudes. Last time, the Knights of Fate had re-entered Barovia after coming into conflict with an old ally turned traitor by the name of Jareth. You all had a hard-won fight against him and what appeared to be an adventuring group from Corvair that he had seemed to recruit to his side. A couple of them seemed to have been undead in nature, but the others fought with an abandon that made you think mind control may have had a factor. After defeating Jareth and his merry band, Strahd made his presence known, thanking you for returning to his realm and offering you free, unmolested passage to Castle Ravenloft, where he would treat with you, so you all could make the intelligent decision to join him in his quest to re-enter Corvair as a vampire god. You all traveled to the last city within Barovia, that of Vallaki, which is now more of a glorified town as the outskirts of it have been destroyed. A cow cannot be kept out of that city as the outer walls have been ripped asunder. Finding an old friend within Shadowfoot Manor, the previous burgomaster's estate, you met up with Tass, an old friend, who informed you 20 years thereabouts had passed since you all were shunted out of this demiplane. And now, with you all back, he's ready to throw his lot in with you all and fight with you to either end Strahd or die trying. You all have... He told you all that he discovered that the sunsword, the legendary sword that you've been using, the spectral blade that comes out of it, a pure radiant energy, the sword believed to have been shattered was not. But the blade itself can be found within Argynvostholt. Sorry. You all had decided that that would be your next location to search out. You all had spent the night and awoke the next day, sitting within Shadowfoot Manor. That's where we begin. You hear a rapping upon the door of the study that you are all currently sleeping in.
I get up and open the door.
You see Tass sitting there, or standing there. He's holding a tray that has a basin of water on it with one arm. He holds it out to you. Freshen up.
Thank you. I leave the door open and I walk in and I freshen up.
Okay. He goes about setting up the rest of the residents of Shadowfoot Manor, of which you guys have found that there's little under a dozen. There's 11 people that are currently living in this place with Tass. It's, as he put it, the last of the non-husks that he has found within Vallaki. The husks he has left outside the door, as strangely it seems as if Strahd is able to exert some level of control over the soulless bodies of the denizens of Vallaki.
They're ready to go now. It's morning.
I'm freshening up.
We should eat.
So you can try that, but sword beats fisticuffs every time.
You all feel refreshed. You all arrived here at midday the previous day and stayed the night, sleeping quite a bit, especially after your hard-fought ordeal against Jareth and his band of adventurers. And trekking a day and a half across Barovia on foot in the falling rain was not the easiest of tasks.
I will clean up, get my armor on, collect my things, get ready to go.
Straight to find something to eat.
He has bits of crusted bread, bits of meat from the previous night's meal that you all slept through. So there's a bit of food, but it's rationed out. Small portions for everyone, as there are now 18 people to feed within this place.
Thundergoat, you should help with preparation.
Okay, I'm prepared.
No, the food.
I will cook food, or help cook food.
Okay. You guys still have enough. You guys got quite a bit of provisions. You still have enough fresh food that you can benefit from your gorman feet for probably about 5-6 days.
Okay.
And this is just you all, correct?
Yeah, and I forget how many it was. If I've got a free spot, I'll extend it to task.
It is you and 8 people. So Tass will tell you, or when you all collect and you begin cooking, once you all finally get your meal together, you sit down at the table. Tass sits with you, kind of picks at the food a little bit, but not enough to get the full benefit. Tells you, I still have this, and he holds up the sending stone.
Oh, you still have it.
No reason to get rid of it. I didn't know when you guys would be back, but
Is it connected to these? To ours?
this
No.
is part of the original set.
I have two.
I have duties I have to take care of to prepare myself and these people for me leaving. If you wish to go to Argynvostholt today, I won't be able to join you, but I will be on my way within a day or two's time.
So that's acceptable.
Be very careful.
We will clear the way.
Careful, if what you told me is true, that Strahd gave you safe passage to the castle, that will not extend for your journey forward. So be wary. He pulls out a map of Barovia. I know a couple of you have been here before, but for those of you who have not, we lie here within the village of Vallaki. You all seek to head to Argynvostholt. Argynvostholt should be Q, correct?
Q,
Yes.
yeah,
It should be right here on the map. Now, you are free to cut through the woods. Perry knows the way fairly well, which will cut down on a considerable amount of time. But trying to fight the Luna River, trying to fight those rapids is unwise. But be wary. You may keep the map.
Thank you.
Yeah, this is help. Perry, you may lead the way now.
Perry and I. Oh, okay. All right. We all
pretty close.
good to go? We all ready?
Aye.
He stands up. You guys can gather up your...
Do you have a silver knife? Just in case.
well, we have silverware.
Yeah, I will take one.
Is it literal silver?
Yeah, it's smart to have that on hand here. This is the last set that we got. I can give you a silver steak knife.
I shall thrust it into my belt, jauntily.
You now have a silver steak knife. It does 1 point of damage, plus strength.
Plus strength,
But,
so one.
But it's silver.
Just in case
Does he
I
have to make a dexterity save to see if he stabs it jauntily into his dick?
No, he's been around for a long time. He's 15th level, so if a 15th level character is like
can't stick a knife in
can't
his
stick a
belt?
knife in his belt, like what's the point of leveling up?
Right.
Okay.
Just because you can cast Fireball doesn't mean that you can cast non-wiener.
Yeah. Don't stuff a Ruger into your pants. Don't ever do
least
that.
not
Or
with
Luger,
that.
sorry. Do it with a Ruger all you want, because I have Rugers and they ain't gonna go off like that. Okay, so what are y'all going to do?
We are going to go to Argynvostholt.
Might as well follow the path there.
Follow the path through the forest that Perry knows.
It's
Okay,
next
so
to the
heading back down to the the old road.
Well, we did take a path like that to go to.
Yeah.
The
Old road to the
old
forest,
road.
cut through the forest after we're over the river.
Okay. Once you all approach the river, let me give you an idea of what you're looking at here real quick.
Yes,
Is it
but
water?
you might as well use it.
Well, now that I remembered it,
Is it water?
you don't know.
Sled?
Oh, there's the castle.
It's blood.
Nesting doll of corpses.
Perhaps as we
Looking for
free
that
somebody
earlier.
in front of them.
I'm going to kill you if
Where?
you keep bringing that up.
It's not K right here.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it's 8.
Okay, well, the water, you all didn't really get close enough to the lake. You all did not come close enough to that to inspect its waters as you had before. Going to the Luna River, the water definitely seems to be unnaturally treacherous. It's about 25 feet across. There's no reason for the water to be. It should be a gentle flow, but the river itself looks like it's at war with the air above it, and it constantly roils and
I'll
churns.
take it there's no standing bridge.
There is a very old stone bridge that does cross it. There, good 5-foot section of the bridge that seems to have fallen into the water. You can see the water is lapping against the bridge. This bridge probably isn't going to last too much longer over the years, as that river is going to knock that bridge into the water and carry its stones down the river.
Then over the bridge we go. Over the bridge we go.
As you all walk,
Horrible image of him in pigtails.
In a blue dress.
as you all, I could see him having pigtails. As you all cross the bridge, it's treacherous. As on the left, on the right hand side, most of the guardrail has been worn away, but there's still enough there. The rocks themselves are slippery, but not treacherous. As long as you take your time, which you all can easily do. You all get fairly wet from crossing the river.
Fly. Screw you.
Yes, you can fly. Those who can't get a bit on the wet side.
He laughed. I'm so sorry.
The rain has stopped the previous night. The road itself is still muddy and hard to traverse through,
Unless you're flying.
unless you fly. But it's a crisper, colder day than it was previously. Today is cold, and those of you who do have moisture upon your bodies feel that cold sink into your bones. And you all have been through Carnathi winters before. You all have been in one of the coldest spots in all of Corvair. This cold, without snow, is more biting than what you felt ever before. Even with your and Perry's previous treks in the Barovia, the weather seems much more directly against you. As you all cross the bridge, make your way across the path, using Perry helping you guys stay on the less muddy portions of the road itself as you all meander your way through. So you guys are still keeping up a regular pace, but you're not trying to move quickly. You're moving at a regular pace with Perry's help. Without Perry, you guys would be slow down quite a bit. Once you all cross the bridge, after passing a few hundred yards, I need each of you to roll me a perception check, please.
Perception! Perceptive is...
Okay, Christian channel. Christian channel.
Damn.
Perceptive is...
So what are they?
17.
12. My mental age.
24.
27.
And what was it? 17?
Yeah.
Yes, this was 17.
The three of you and Perry.
20.
That's a natural 4, so he's not going to do it.
Poor guy who
I
has
don't know,
really
he has
high
like plus
perception.
20 to perception.
Yeah.
No, that's
Shit like
stealth.
No,
That's
he's got a
stealth.
high perception too.
Oi.
He has a high perception,
Hi,
but not
is that someone
stealth.
over there? Perry, that's a fucking branch. Oh shit!
As you all are moving
Shadow
through,
Perry.
the three of you get
Or wizard Perry.
that. Well, you've had a subtle feeling like you're being watched almost the entire time that you have entered Barovia. This time you feel eyes upon you. So much so that when you turn around and look behind you to make sure there isn't some stealthy assassin creeping up to stick a knife into your back, you see upon the bridge, you see a humanoid man. But with the distance and with how high up you are in the air, you can't get a good bead on what he actually looks like. You two can clearly see that the man is gangly and thin. Hair grows over his chest, his arms, his face. He looks unwashed, and he is nude.
He's naked.
Oh.
Stand and deliver, Veenie man. What do you
Go fuck
want?
the
Since
dick
you've already been here,
house.
have I recognized this from a different creature that we've
Stunning
faced
story.
in the past here in Barovia?
You've actually
That'd be a true study.
Because we
story.
fought a
go
lot of crazy
ahead
things.
go ahead
That'd
and
be true
roll me a
damage.
roll me a history check.
No history
Fucking
check for
gnome
me.
monk and you run up and find
You've
out
been
where
here.
it was and just speak back.
Okay, that is 18.
Okay, so when you were last in Barovia, you guys had a few battles with werewolves.
Mm-hmm.
Werewolves, once you kill them, once you're able to actually kill them with silver, upon death, their bodies revert back to their humanoid forms. And their humanoid forms has always seemed to be scratched up, beaten, gangly, excess of hair. And they're always naked when they revert. This person seems like they could be a lycanthrope.
Okay.
They make no motion towards you. They simply seem to be watching.
Werewolf. I'll just say it like low, but more hopefully everyone can hear. Werewolf.
After a few moments of watching you, you see this creature duck down, put what would be his hands on the stone in front of him. You see his body morph into that of a very big wolf. It turns around and it trots down the path away from you.
Continue on our way.
We're definitely being watched.
Well, that's an astute observation.
Don't use words that are bigger than most of us can understand in the party.
As you all continue, heading down the path, meandering through the forest, much more these paths were used. This is the path that you all used to get to the Wizards of Winery before. It was at least somewhat manicured. There were still hunters and there were still people who came out and provided upkeep for this, to keep this very, very well used
It's a
merchant
mess now.
path, clear. Now the forest itself is encroaching ever closer to the path itself. And at some points, the trees grow so close to it that if something were standing within the forest, it could reach out and touch you.
Stay aware and move to Perry's shortcut.
Perry gets to the point where the road turns, and looking at the map, he can gain. He's fairly good at this since he knows this terrain very well.
I'm counting crows and
He's-
killing them.
Very good at this. He's very good at this. You hear almost nothing within the underbrush of the forest. You don't hear this because you're up high and watching. You can see that there are deeper into the forest, you can see yellow eyes of carrion birds perched upon the tree the trees themselves. But rabbits, there's no hares, there's no conies, there's no squirrels, nothing within the underbrush itself that makes noise. It is eerily quiet. Every once in a while you hear a wolf howl that slowly dies from behind you.
Is it the
Then you
buzzards?
hear another one call answering it off to your right.
You need to move
Further
quickly
away.
to an open place.
Then off to your left you hear another.
Yeah, stalking us.
Is it them buzzards that are the things that that watch for Strahd or whatever?
You gonna get close enough to see?
It was crows that watched for sure.
At this point, everything watches for Strahd now.
Yeah.
So if you move fast, yeah.
Let's go. Continue.
He nods and has you all head into the forest. I would like each of you guys to go ahead and roll me a Constitution check, please.
With advantage?
No, that's saving throws.
No
From
advantage.
No, didn't you?
Saving throws.
Advantage not required.
Indeed.
Call out your numbers.
17.
2.
17.
2.
So it's just ability modifier, right?
Yep, just ability modifier.
13.
14 and
I said
22.
13.
22. And that is the first. The first two natural 20s of the night are from Perry and Flynn.
It's a total of 4 if it's just
Okay.
a modifier also.
Even with Perry's help, you guys are able to move through this forest, and you guys are moving quickly. As we'll pause for just a minute as we're bringing our
It's
Perry in.
Perry!
Yay!
Don't worry,
we were
only-
just talking about you
Good job.
Hey, he set your dick on fire.
I'm not surprised.
with the friction from his mouth.
Ooh, perfect then.
That wasn't his
I made
mouth.
it so dry.
He made sure to get cotton mouth and then did it.
But I have
No
water.
idea what happened to the audio, but the sources we put in the scene aren't working anymore, so might have to delete them and re-them.
We're just trying to we're doing band-aids for now until
No
we-
idea which mic is working. I think it's
One of them's working.
One of them's working,
I think it's
yeah,
Dave.
so we just have to talk louder. So,
Les Flossing.
So
More D&D.
Okay.
loud.
so were you watching as you came over?
Yeah, some of it
Okay, some of it. Like,
Why
what
is
else
that
is more
here?
important than that?
because I don't know where I put the shirt that
Driving.
I wear. Either I go shirtless or
So,
Uh,
doing some
so
free
we are apparently brought to you by AT&T.
AT&T.
No, we are not. We
We're
have to
not.
make that very clear. We are not sponsored by AT&T.
We just happen to have a guy who
Oh,
works
yeah.
for them.
I wouldn't know who that would be.
Positive.
This is why to support us. We're regular people. Like, we have 9-to-5 jobs, you know. We got a guy who works construction. We got an IT guy. We got an AT&T guy. We got a prostitute. We got, you know, a bank worker. We got a guy who works at a school and a hobo. So, I mean, we cover all the stuff, you know. So, come on. Support us, guys. You want people like us to succeed so we can have, you know, real stuff like houses.
So I don't have to
cars.
have a job anymore,
Yeah.
and I can play D&D.
I'd love to play D&D for a living. That'd be awesome, but I don't think that's going to happen. But you never know.
Nothing in the
I don't cry at night thinking about it. Okay, so
I just want to own a game.
even with Perry's help, as you all enter the forest, this is treacherous land. Perry, you are okay. You rolled a 4, and
17.
so okay. So Thraka, you are the only one that, as you're going through, following in single file or behind him, you're bringing up closer to the rear as you're wont to do to be someone to defend anything that's coming behind you. Your foot hits a loose rock and you tumble down a small ravine. Not too busted up, but you do lose a healing surge.
Can I get him since I am holding up the rear?
Healing surge? What is that?
So your your hit dice. You lose a hit dice. So go ahead and spend a single hit die. With Trisman's help, you're able to get back on the path and continue going through. It's a loud tumble of your plate meal on wood and rocks as you canter down this ravine and climb your way back up. And it is deafeningly loud in the quiet of the forest around you. But you reset back on the path, and with Perry's help, after about 2 hours of traveling through this this shortcut, you come out the other side with the old road once again beneath your feet. Knowing that now you need to travel south and east in order to reach Argynvostholt. As you continue on, you can still hear those calls of the wolves in the distance. The call of the crows within the trees.
I don't know, is that you?
Sometimes you do, especially when the
When
DJ
I'm
is around.
imitating annoying little wannabes!
As Arnos the Kinku does that to a bunch of crows. You all follow the meandering path. By the time you all see what I'm about to describe, it is about midday from the walk. No, I'm sorry. It is about an hour before midday for the walk.
Not too bad.
High above the river valley juts a quiet promontory upon which looms a sepulchral, graveyard-like mansion. Its turrets capped with fairy tale cones. Its towers lined with sculpted battlements. A third of the structure has collapsed, as has part of the roof, but the rest appears intact. A dark octagonal tower rises above the surrounding architecture. Out of the fog comes a distant peal of thunder, quickly accompanied by the howling of wolves in the woods below. But the house stands silent, seemingly like the fossilized remains of some long-dead thing smote upon the mountainside. Welcome to Argynvostholt.
Well, I guess we start climbing now.
Sorry, Argynvostholt. Argynvostholt. I even wrote down the...
Argynvostholt.
Argynvostholt?
Argynvostholt.
Argynvostholt.
Now that we've established how it's going.
Argynvostholt.
Before you...
Why does your accent mangle it so bad?
Before the stairs that lead into the
Argynvostholt.
structure, you all can see perched upon a 10-foot wide, 10-foot high cube of granite is a moss-covered statue of a dragon. Its wings tucked close to its body. The statue looks east, toward the mansion.
First, that's creepy. Harry leads the way up the stairs.
This is not my area. Fine, I'll do it.
You're in charge of
So
scouting.
let me go to get a marching order, guys.
I'm bringing up the rear.
Be first.
Okay, so we got Rotmere.
Oh, he's first on the ground.
All right, in front of Tristan.
So anybody, are you guys walking single file, or are you guys doing
I'm continuing.
How wide is the stairway?
about 10 feet? Well, the stairway itself is about 20 feet wide.
2 by 2 with the 5-foot
I'm
spacing
sorry,
in between.
30 feet wide.
I'll take the rear. Because now.
Okay, so who's up with Rotmere?
Harry!
You are scouting.
Oh, I'm on range.
And behind
Whatever.
Thundergut and Perry?
All right.
Arnos Flynn.
Huh? I was going to fly ahead a little bit. Why not?
Okay,
So
so
Perry in
Arnos-
the middle and Aranos in front with...
Anyway.
Okay, so it's Thundergut, Perry, Flynn between, in the middle of them, kind of, and then you two bringing up the rear.
The two
Alright.
people with shields should probably block the back of the.
That would be him then.
Well,
Okay.
you two are-
How high up are you?
He's also DPS with the sword.
30 feet, 40 feet?
He
Not
has the
too
lights
god awful. I mean, I'm trying to avoid a canopy.
You
of
can
trees.
see the structure of this
cover butts.
still towering above you. If you're 30 feet in the air, it still towers above you by about 20 feet. Looking at the way the windows are set up, you guess this building is between 2 and 4 stories. And you can barely make out at the top where there was once a thatched roof. You're going to see barely bits of that left, as most of that is caved in.
Flap up and take a look down inside of it.
You can go up to the roof.
And get a look down at it.
So going straight up and looking down at this, you can see what looks to be the tattered remains of a building at its top. You can still see there's more of the structure on the north side. There's on the south. The south side of the structure is pretty much completely decimated. The north side, there is still at least some structure, again, preventing you from seeing what's inside. You can clearly see, set almost on the exact center of this roof, well, the center from what you can tell it is, as you're missing a third of the roof to your right, there is a giant, about an oblong kind of between 15 and 20 foot wide hole within this.
Built that way.
No, it looks like there's definitely a butt of detritus and rubble sprinkled about this. There is a single working turret that still sits at the top. The others look like they have been destroyed. And there is a stairway leading up to where one turret remains where there should be two.
Where are we even going inside this building?
You hear over the sending stone?
Well, if we're looking for a blade, maybe the smithy.
Sounds logical.
Or the vault. The vault might be a more logical place.
I think if that's in the basement.
Well, we could split up. Half of us go to the vault. The other half
Can't
go-
really tell if there's a basement to this structure.
Right.
So how about we just start searching the structure?
Eh.
Well, lead on, Tim.
Sounds good.
I walk up to the front door.
It is a set of double doors. Flagstone steps, flanked by stone railings, climb to a landing in front of a pair of tall wooden doors with rusted iron bands and knockers shaped like small dragons. Carved into the lintel above the entrance is the word Argynvostholt.
That's a tongue twister.
Entering the front door.
Is it locked?
You push on the door. It seems like there's give.
I will open the front door.
Opening the front door, you can see beyond. This room feels like a king's tomb. Oh, damn, my beard keep curling up into my nose. A grand staircase leads up to stone balconies held aloft by stone pillars and arches. A tall, faded tapestry depicting a nobleman in silver armor hangs from an iron rod above the staircase landing. 6 sets of double doors lead from this foyer. Along the walls, displayed on marble pedestals, are 3 alabaster busts of handsome men. A 4th bust and its pedestal has been knocked over, and their shattered remains lie strewn across the mosaic floor. 2 chandeliers of wrought iron hang from the ceiling like monstrous black spiders.
Chandeliers.
Are there any names on the busts?
You approach them.
Hmm.
There are several human, they all look humanoid. Probably each of them human, you don't see any pointed ears or any of that. Each of them has the name, the Lord Argynvost etched beneath it.
And they're all different?
They are all different.
Well, the artwork is pretty, but we come for a weapon.
The 4th one is far too destroyed.
Do any of these Argynvosts look like Strahd at all?
So you've moved in to look at the bust. You're inside. What are the rest of you all doing?
Just to the side of the door.
So still outside?
Inside, just to the side.
Do you enter?
Yeah, I'm gonna walk through the entryway and see what else lies beyond.
Okay. So you all enter.
Mm-hmm.
Braca, as the last person to enter this place, to step foot into it, you all see a great shadow with wings move across the walls and disappear. You hear a faint, bestial hiss reverberate around the walls.
Come into the light. We will treat with you.
That wasn't you, right?
And not flying.
Also pause, he doesn't hiss.
No.
I got the hilt.
The
That's awesome.
Argynvostholt does not respond to you.
What do you have to fear? You are in your lair.
We're in its lair.
Yeah.
There's no reply.
I'm gonna take a moment.
Parlay.
Parlay?
Paw snip, Polly.
Polly!
It's
It's a 27 to hide.
Where are you hiding?
I don't know what's there to hide behind. I assume there's something.
There are pillars. There are 4 pillars within this room that you could like kind of take a shadowy stance behind. There are 6 doors, 2 on the walls opposite the entrance, and 2 on each of the north and south wall.
I guess we should move up to the first set of doors.
And we use divine sense.
What are you searching for?
No, just tells me if I see any undead, fiend, or celestial.
With, how long?
60 feet.
60 feet of you.
60. So I'll move kind of like in the middle.
Are you like in the middle?
I will move to the middle.
Closing your eyes and sensing.
Yeah.
You get a faint sense of dread, but you don't detect any undead, fiend, fae, any such creature. But there is definitely something about this place.
Well, might as well keep looking.
Where you all going?
First set of doors to the left.
So left, head north.
Slowly
Yep.
following them, but can I get the book out to kind of look to see if there's any reference?
Well, you can pull the book out, set it down, open it up. You know.
If she's reading the book, I'll stop and.
Look
Okay.
for Argynvostholt.
Go ahead and just roll me a general intelligence check, please. And then, what are the rest of you doing while they're?
How long is it taking her
Finding
to look through the book?
hiding
She's
behind
just. This is what sees. Is how long it's going to take to find her.
hiding behind a pillar and looking around.
I guess I'll
Opening
commune
doors.
with the mountain wall.
10!
Eyes open.
Okay.
She's doing that.
Okay. So you're going to try to
Yeah.
sense. Okay. So you're hiding and watching. The 3 of you. What are you doing?
Opening the doors.
Staying by that back door to make sure there's nothing like.
Okay.
If he's
Sneaks in
walking
behind
around
us.
opening doors, I'm going to be close enough to him.
Okay. So you hit the first door on the north wall. Opening the door, it's a set of double doors. These appear a little more ornate than most of the others that are around this area. When this door creaks open, this wood panel den has been ransacked. Its furnishings tossed about. A cold, dark hearth dominates the west wall between 2 narrow windows. Standing upright against the north wall is a sarcophagus made of black wood with a queen's effigy carved into its lid.
Queen's effigy.
And this is just what you see opening the door.
Go in, look around.
I'm going to grab his belt.
Are you going to try to prevent him from grabbing your belt? I mean, he grabs a hold of you pretty
No.
easily.
Are you grabbing me, like, preventing me from moving? What the hell?
Caution.
Obviously, but this creature doesn't want to engage us at the moment, so we might as well take advantage of the time we got.
Well, we're splitting up.
Okay, let's see how long it takes Tristan to finish out whatever she's doing.
Okay. So, how long are you guys going to wait? Are you going to wait till she, haha? Or,
I'm good to wait. Considering this thing is more mobile than us and knows its way around.
We're just going into the next room. You want to come along with our else, too?
you're going to walk into the room that you opened the door of? Or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Prairie
Do you
gets
follow?
Folk Part 3.
I walk in carefully.
Okay. Good to know. Good to know. Good note.
He's
good
careful.
note.
Yeah,
I
they,
carefully
Do you follow
strike to my
Thundergut?
death.
I'm like, we split up. I can't protect everyone.
It's got safety too.
I know. I'm only going in this room. I won't go past that. So we're
This
not too
time
far
I need
apart.
it.
Can't really stay in the doorway looking at the group in the main room.
And do you follow?
I just watch that door from the outside.
Okay, so when you enter, do me a favor, go ahead and roll me a investigation check.
That's gonna be a reflex check.
Right?
Ah, shit.
Why don't we
Seriously?
bum those? 13.
13? Okay. As you're moving through this place, looking under bits of wood, the place looks pretty ransacked. As you stop and you look above the hearth at the painting that's on there that looks like someone has taken either a long sword or claw, probably not claws because the cuts are too fine, but unless they're razor sharp. But the painting itself is not only destroyed, but it looks like just it's weathered beyond recognition of seeing anything. As you lift up one of the flaps to see if you can see what it's about, a fire erupts within the hearth. It assumes a draconic form. It hisses, crackles, and unfurls smoky wings. Go to roll initiative, please.
Right.
I'll let you two roll initiative as well. You guys are close enough.
Yo, not bad. Not bad at all.
Oh gosh.
Woo.
I think it's a 17 this still.
24.
Did you roll a natural 20?
Yeah.
Okay.
7.
17.
17? Okay. So, real easy. Blip. Alright, but starting with the creature, is it rolling natural 20 on its initiative? As it rises up, heat fills the room around you. I would like for you to go ahead and roll me a dexterity saving throw, please.
20.
20? Okay. Do you have
Evasion.
evasion?
Yep.
Okay.
I'm too glad to get that.
So 18 is 9 points of damage, 9 points of fire damage, and it is your turn. This thing is rising up from the fire itself is growing still within the hearth. Some of the fire is spilling over, licking over the lip of the hearth itself as this creature is still unfurling its smoky wings.
Hey, we come in peace.
So you do. So you just okay. Arnos, you just see light explode in that room, and I'd say you have you position yourself where you have pretty decent eye line to what he's looking at, and you can see there is definitely some kind of strange form the fire is taking.
What is that?
Okay.
I run up. I pick Perry up, and I said,
So
"You should have listened to me." And
so you grab him and you're dragging him back. Okay, so you get him about 10 feet away from where he is, where you're moving in and pulling him back. As this happens, the creature grows to about 10 feet in height. It turns what should be its eyes to you, Perry, and it hisses. My knights have fallen into darkness. Save them if you can. Show them the light they've lost by facing me. With that, the fire burns out just as quickly as it appeared.
And the creature's gone.
Just smoke fills the room for a moment, drifts up into the air, and slowly dissipates.
Sounds like he wants to restore his honor by fighting us, I think.
And I look at my shield
Where is it?
because I heard the word knights.
What happened?
This happens while you're flipping through the book. Like, I know I've read about this. I know I've read about this. I know I've read about this. And you kind of like open one eye and look to see what's going on.
I'm not even gonna open one eye. I'm just he's being stupid again.
Okay, so you're just
breathing.
focused on that.
He's practicing his breathing, so his rage does not.
In the time that you recollect and going, like having your talk and then going in the room and searching it, having that happen and come back, about 10 minutes have passed, and that time you get a sense of your presence entering the earth beneath you, and you have that. You haven't tried to use this here before.
I did once.
Oh, yes, when you first came in, that is correct. It's like it was the previous time. It's like there's background noise, like there's static. It's so hard to hear anything, but you can feel everything around here screams of hurt. And there is definitely a very powerful presence within this place that seems to be trapped within this place.
Can't tell where it's trapped.
It feels all-encompassing. It doesn't extend far beyond the walls of Argynvostholt, or Argynvostholt. It doesn't extend far beyond that. It seems like if it's localized here, but it is definitely close.
Does the keep continue underground, or
You don't get a sense of that there's man-made work underground now. From what you've seen, from what you can feel here, the earth itself is not suitable for like a basement or even like a dungeon. It would just collapse in on itself.
So no caves, nothing like that.
No. You don't sense any caves or any workings like that.
So whatever it is, it's in the manor, and it's very powerful. Maybe we shouldn't wander off and do dumb shit like always.
What are we here for? We're here to find the blade.
Together, perhaps?
You look for a few more minutes, and you're having trouble finding it. You know it's in here, but the book is literally thousands of pages.
Do you describe what you saw?
Of course.
Does that make anything like...
No, but given enough time, if you guys wait like another about a total of about 15-20 minutes, you finally you're able to find the passage where Strahd speaks about Argynvostholt and Argynvost, and you know that he's the one who reveals to you that Argynvost is a silver dragon. He discovered that Argynvost of the Knights of the Silver Dragon was actually a dragon in disguise, and the various forms that it took over the years was to allay suspicion that it was some like kind of timeless dragon or other eldritch creature.
I'll read the passage about it.
He speaks of draining its essence and taking it into his own to increase his power, and that he kept it alive within Argynvostholt after killing all of the silver dragons and having them driven mad by having this duty that they can't fulfill, and the dragon itself being under his dominion is driving these specters mad.
While she's doing that, I'm going to, with the other 10 minutes, I'm going to pass the coin on.
He laments that he's not able to turn the specters to his will, as they would make mighty warriors in his cause.
So I read this out loud to everybody who's listening. So if that's what you saw...
We got the script in this book.
We're here to take on Strahd. We're gonna kill him.
Your voice echoes through this place.
Argynvost!
As eerily silent as it was outside, and here it feels oppressive. Even your breathing sounds loud in your ears.
Argynvost, show yourself.
There's no response.
We seek vengeance for you.
Maybe we should try the bedroom? Oh,
Just
move
next
forward.
room. I'm going to take the 5 minutes to give Perry the coin.
Okay. So Perry, he hands you a coin. Upon taking it, you have a strange feeling like you want to play games of chance. You want to play cards. You want to throw some dice. You're feeling lucky like you haven't been in a while.
I'm feeling this is gonna put me in debt with you again.
No, just put it in your pocket. It comes back to me.
It explodes.
How many charges do you put in?
3.
So you have
Max
3 charges of luck so it's a d20 that you can add after your roll, and you can even add it onto a roll that already has advantage. It is just another d20 roll that you can take. But let me know each time you use it, and then each time you use it, siphon some luck from him.
Oh.
I assume I don't know that.
Does it
last
do
part.
that?
He's probably mentioned.
You don't even know that the coin
Oh,
does
yeah.
it. I haven't said shit about
Yeah,
it.
he really hasn't talked about the coin.
Casino, use the coin.
Not
He
really.
just hands
Hasn't
it to
really talked
people.
about the coin.
You got name
But it is a strange looking coin
He
that
didn't
as
hand it
you
to me,
look
just
at
put it
it,
in my
it's
pocket.
a two-headed coin. Both heads are ornately carved, beautiful female, looking off in the distance. But as you look at it, it's almost like she turns her head and makes eye contact. But when you
Don't
blink,
bump it.
it's still looking in the place it was.
Don't try to hump it.
This is passing this coin now is the closest that you have felt to her since entering Barovia.
Say, mommy, I bring you here.
Oh, God,
I
that's
smite
creepy.
vampire god.
So, standing within this foyer, what are you all going to do?
And then we burned him. I go to the next door and open it.
The same one on the north wall?
Yep.
By the way, in the previous door they opened, there was another set of double doors on the opposite side of the room.
Oh.
Going to the next room and opening it up.
Be careful, this place is dilapidated.
5 barrels lie in wooden braces along the walls of this dark, moldy storage room. This place stinks of vinegar.
Oh.
Oh, that's a shame. There's a lot of bad wine.
You can, as you immediately get choked up a bit, you can see that it looks like there's been damage to the barrels themselves, which allowed air to get in, which spoiled the wine. And the two of you recognize the branding upon these barrels from the Wizards of Wine Winery, and more so, the Dragon Crush.
Damn it, there's a good one.
Which is the best wine that they make with no longer being able to make the champagne.
Go to the next set of doors.
Within
Any of the
the
barrels look undamaged.
Yeah,
there are no other doors within this.
So none of the
within this
barrels
room.
are good?
No, it looks like somebody came through and stabbed them, or like stabbed them and poured stuff out to fill up their own wares. But that's it.
That's a shame.
Oh, I'm sorry. Within this, directly to your right, there is a closed door from this room.
Open that door.
So you go to that door and open it up. The kitchen has been plundered. Its tables overturned. The floor is littered with rusted utensils and smashed crockery. Narrow windows flanking a hearth look out over a cemetery. An open iron pot hangs from a hook inside the blackened fireplace. It rattles on its hook and bobs up and down, as though something is inside it. This room has several humanoid bodies within it, in a state of vast decomp.
Close the door.
Search the bodies.
Close the door. Move on.
So you can enter the room. Roll an
Okay.
investigation check.
Explodes.
That's it.
Can
22.
wait till they die.
You see there are no
You might be able to.
garments upon these creatures. They look like they have been killed with sword thrusts, but these were nude. Their canines in their skulls are much more prominent than they should be. They are human. You can easily tell within their flesh and some of the broken bones of it that stabbing and slashing wounds have killed these things, and there are 5 of them within this room.
So,
And as you're looking at that, you hear something like it knocks against metal. Something soft knocking against metal. And with that investigation, you look and you can see the pot hanging within the fireplace dips a bit.
Pull out my short sword and lift the lid of the pot.
Roll me a reflex saving throw, please. Or a dexterity saving throw.
I thought they agreed not to do dumb things anymore.
17.
As you reach out and you open it up, a small bat flutters at your head, screeching, flying around for a few moments before it finds a sizable hole within the ceiling here and flies up. And you hear it squeaking as it goes, while your heart is beating in your ears, and you can hear that in your blood is thumping in your head right now. There doesn't appear to be anything else in the pot.
Oh, I must have got trapped in there. Unless I was straw. We should have left it. Damn it.
yeah.
Nothing else in the room?
Next room.
Can we?
There is a door directly on the south side of this room. Then there are still the 2 doors to the south in the foyer and the 2 doors on the east wall. In the
Well,
foyer.
I go to the door on that door on the south side of the room.
Okay. It is a double door.
Swing the doors open.
Swinging the doors open, they squeak on their hinges. Those of you within the foyer itself, you can see the doors open as you look through the open doors within the foyer on the east wall. A 20-foot long table with sculpted dragons for legs stands in the center of this hall. The chairs that surround the table have backs carved to resemble folded dragon wings, and several of the chairs have been overturned or smashed to pieces. Suspended above the table is a crystal chandelier that glows with a soft white light. Standing in windowed alcoves are 2 life-size statues depicting knights with dragon-winged helms and shields resembling your own. 5 sets of wooden doors lead to this hall. The doors in the northeast corner hang open. A pair of leaded glass doors, their panes cracked and broken, stand open between panels of stained glass set into the east wall. These panels depict silver dragons in flight. Beyond the glass doors lies a dark, misty room that appears to be a chapel.
So that's where we go.
Why? What's illuminating the chandelier?
A soft white glow from the chandelier.
But you
I
never seen
get
magic before? Come, we
Can I
go.
get on top of the table and try and grab whatever's making it glow?
The chandelier, you can try to jump and grab hold of it.
I'll just-
Roll an athletics check.
Let him go. Okay.
Damn it! Let him dream.
Then he can fly.
You jump and you try to grab it. You manage to just smack the bottom side of it, and it sets the chandelier to swaying, which makes that soft light just sway in the room.
Someone attached a point light to it.
I'll fly up there and see if there's anything special about the chandelier.
It's very ornately made. Like, it's one of these you wish you guys had hanging within the guild hall.
Yeah.
You're not
Expertly
keeping-
made.
You're not stealing a chandelier.
You can see what looks to be a better version of the continual light spells that they use within Karlacton to line the streets at night.
Yeah.
This appears to be a much better version. Like the other continual light spells that you've seen are more like firelight. They're yellowish in nature. This is a pure white light, and it seems to illuminate a larger area.
I'd like to make something out of that.
That's nice. It's magic. We go find what we came for.
And you know, trying to break a piece off would destroy the achievement.
We're not taking the whole thing.
This won't fit in the portable hole. We go on. Go to the
Do
chapel,
we see
Barry.
anything else in the room or just that?
Just what I described.
We're going to the chapel.
Okay, the doors stand open to this chapel. As you enter this chapel, cracked wooden pillars support a wooden U-shaped balcony that overhangs the stone wall chapel. Narrow archways lead to spiral staircases that curl up into the balcony, and a door set in the north wall has a wooden beam barring it. At the east end of the chapel rests a stone altar flanked by iron candelabras. The altar is carved with a rising sun bas-relief. Tall, arching windows set with panels of stained glass decorate the walls behind the altar. One of the windows has been shattered, covering the chapel floor with shards of colored glass and allowing thick fog to enter and fill the room. Through the fog, you can see, kneeling at several different points in the room, armored figures, all kneeling with their heads down, but all oriented towards the altar.
I go up and inspect the altar.
So you move into the room?
Stand by the door.
Okay. So you can move in the room, you stand by the
Inspect
door.
one of the suits of armor. You genius. God.
Well, okay. So you move in to inspect one of the armors, you move up to the
Inspector's
altar.
kneeling.
What are you doing?
I'm in proximity to engage something if something comes out.
So you're walking with Perry or Arnos, okay? And no, you're staying back.
Came back.
At the door, or in the entrance, since people are entering, hammer out and divine sense.
So the three of you are staying back.
Again.
Okay, so
Divine
as
sense.
you do that, you go to sense. You guys move in as the three of you make your way in. You get about halfway into the room when you have a very strange thing happen in your sense. You don't sense undead, you don't sense fiend, you don't sense fae, but you definitely sense something you haven't felt before. As you approach the altar, you can see the altar, it looks to be a large stone sarcophagus with a carving of a woman draped across it like she is mourning the loss of a lover. As you approach that, you're within 10-15 feet of the armored figures that stand at the altar. You approach looking at them. As you approach, as you are moving in together, and you moving with them, you see all 4 of these figures simultaneously raise their heads up.
Back
and then
out.
stand.
Back out. This is bad.
I would have been like, Perry, wait as it's happening.
Yeah, right as you're sensing that is right
Like,
as this is
Perry,
happening.
And
wait.
I stopped.
So you stop.
Eh.
Stop. Okay. So I would like all of you to go ahead and roll initiative.
Oh.
Well, you sigh, but we were going to have to fully investigate this room anyways. So
The whole
it's
place.
I mean, Flynn could just throw like 15 fireballs in there.
Let's not roast people. You know.
But if I kill him, he doesn't make any more bad decisions.
Okay. So the inevitable happened, and
Makes our life
I
exciting.
left some key components at home to do this. So we're going to be very, very careful with how we handle this, because there are no clips holding anything together, so they're just kind of resting in place.
Okay.
Oh,
Eventually,
that's
that was
right.
going to happen. So
I just need to check something really quick.
We're doomed.
So let me go
I
ahead
rolled a
and
19.
these.
Yep.
We're doomed.
That'll work.
Oh my God! Please, no, we're in the room.
No, I'm at the door.
I don't want to die again.
It's not going to hit you.
It's gonna hit you.
It doesn't matter.
Darka's out in the fucking hallway. We can think.
I always pass the saving throw technically.
Technically.
He's like, technically.
Whether or not you pass the better version of the saving throw.
I take no damage. That's
So
I'm
there,
allowed to be annoyed regardless.
there,
Going to be.
there,
I don't want to be
and
fun,
there. I'm not using my spectral figure, so that way it's easier for you guys to see what you are actually trying to fight.
Thank you, it helps.
We
So
got
Trish was stuck
you
like this.
here, you here,
Yeah, it doesn't matter that I'm going first.
and you here.
Actually, I think you could.
And-
Potentially first anyways.
Okay.
That's what someone could roll.
And you said you're on the other side of the door,
Yeah.
and the 2 of you are at the door, correct?
Yep.
Yeah, you could take them.
Okay.
There's one big ass
Go ahead.
door.
Do
Can
this.
you fit through there?
That's not fair.
And let me go ahead and get my. Alrighty. So, 20 to 25.
I rolled a 26.
20 not natural.
Help too if I got you guys.
Sonic the Hedgehog.
Well, you
So
didn't
much
used to be
better.
a monk.
There's one of you. Okay.
That's so
Bad
Where's the
decisions.
So, Arnos, what was yours?
26.
26. And Flynn, what was yours? 20 not natural?
Yep. Modified 20.
15 to 20.
16.
18. I rolled well. That's what I'm saying. I'm so screwed.
16.
We rolled the same number.
So, who wants to go first? Perry or
I got
Rotner?
15.
Alright, we'll go first.
And Thraka,
15.
bringing up the rear.
Oh my God.
So that was
rolled
all
well.
pretty good.
So screwed.
All pretty good initiatives that time.
Oh.
Not bad, guys.
I know.
About time I rolled
bad.
about a fucking 10 with a +8.
So Arnos,
Fuck off, I have another one.
Well, I'm more witness
Oh,
to mind
shit.
flayers in here,
you're the
so.
first one to see this.
Giant pie.
What, are they coming after? Are
They are turning around. As they're turning, they are drawing long swords from their belts. They each, all 4 of them, have the same shield that looks remarkably similar to his.
Are they silver longswords?
Now that you've seen them move, they don't appear to be corporeal.
That's a shame. I wonder if I can just take an incorporeal weapon and use it. And yeah, I'm just gonna shoot the 2 in the middle. So first arrow at the first one.
So the first one is the
Do I get sneak attack against these things? Going before them?
no,
No. Just make it. Just making sure.
no. There's no surprise here. So you're going for the Dragonborn
Nah, I'm just going for one.
and the Skeleton.
Yeah, these 2 in the middle. I'm just gonna put one shot in the one shot in the other.
Alrighty.
Oh, you son of a bitch. That is a 20 even.
20 is a hit.
For plus 7 points of damage.
Alrighty.
Oh, that, I don't even have my
Second
weapons.
attack.
Don't even have my weapons up. Come on, I can remember my damage. I can remember my hit, damn it. Only that much. That is a 22 to hit.
22 is a hit.
For
Damage.
8 damage. Pluck, pluck. Oh, shoot.
Alrighty.
Sorry, God damn it, I forgot to do something. I can't do flurry blows with that now. It's all good, move on.
Okay, so you stay right where you're at?
Yeah, I'll stay. Yeah, I'll stay.
Flynn,
There.
Tristan, you're on deck.
Got it.
Quicken Fireball and Staff Fireball.
Oh, well.
Okay.
Staff Fireball? Staff do by Fireball?
Hardly is out of the question.
Don't think Staff does Fireballs.
Fireballs.
Staff does Fireballs.
That picture.
Quicken Fireball, Staff Fireball.
The bar
Okay.
walks
God, we're
to the boss.
Put it right here.
Oh yeah, no, that'll miss us.
Alright.
Concern.
I like it. I love it. I want some more of it.
I haven't heard that song for fucking ever.
Right?
Okay, I need everyone except Thraka to roll a dexterity saving throw, please. Once I get your damage.
What?
Need your damage.
36.
36?
Oh, I don't take damage.
Well, for the first fireball first. 36?
Yeah. That was the first fireball.
Hold on one sec.
Was that spell reflection?
I think it's a good idea to stay outside in the hallway.
Okay, so dexterity saving throws.
16 plus. Pretty good. Like a 20.
You get one my plus
18?
3.
18?
18.
A rock.
That's not bad at all. Oh my god.
24.
24, and
I get a.
Why do I get this really strange
24.
That has because this is a silver dragon.
Silver Dragon's cold.
Yeah, exactly.
okay, so all of you take 7 points of bludgeoning damage as this fireball streaks from his outstretched hand, smacks into the back wall, explodes. Rock and rubble from this place begins to cascade inside. Directly above you, a section of floor caves in. Not as bad as it could be. Seems as some of the wooden beams have been able to support still much of the stone structure, but this place has taken a beating. Next fireball.
I'm good, right?
No, yeah, he's
Yeah, you're outside the room.
41.
41? Okay.
What a time for me to roll well. It's only
So we're not taking your
77 damage from Fireball.
But unfortunately, you're bringing the literal house down.
Alrighty, so once again, saving throws from each of you, please.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, I'm good.
22.
I'm good. I'm not taking any damage from this trap,
Oh,
which
shit.
is simultaneously
22?
awesome at the same time. Natural 19 plus.
10.
10. Tristan?
That's an 11.
18.
18. Okay, so...
Being next to
10.
Tristan is good.
Alright, so pass of nothing. So 15 points of bludgeoning damage, 15 points of bludgeoning damage, 30 and 30.
So 22 total?
Sure.
7 and 15?
Yeah. Unless you took 30.
I took 15.
Okay, Flynn, you still have a move action.
I can bring the house down from out here.
Unfortunately, I think
Tristan!
Back out of the room! Can I grab Perry? Can I like run up, grab Perry and drag
So you're
him
trying to get
backwards?
behind Thraka?
I'm just trying to be against the
Very
wall.
resistant.
I don't really care
Can he fit
which
behind
one I
you?
am.
Yeah.
It's a 10-foot hall.
My big
10
metal,
foot.
my big metal
Yeah.
glutes
It's a-
squish
Kinda
into the
getting
wall.
It's a 10 foot wide hallway. So Tristan, what are you doing?
Can I run up, pick up Perry, and move back out of the
You
room?
go. That's 10 feet. Then you go to drag him back, which is going to be at half your movement. So you'll be able to move him back. You have 20 feet left, so another 10 feet. So
Okay.
you basically be able to put him right where you're standing now.
Okay.
Harry's not willing.
Okay, so you would actually have to make a opposed acrobatics or athletics to his, either athletics or acrobatics, his choice.
Acrobatics.
Yeah,
I'll do athletics.
You better
Go ahead.
It's 25.
27.
So you go to grab him, and he just hops right out of the way.
Damn it, Perry!
That is your action. You still have movement left.
Slippery bitch.
Like, we need to get out of here.
I like being hit in the face by rocks.
What are you gonna do?
I like it.
Roddy, get Arnos out.
Thank you.
As I... Oh, I'm gonna stay with Perry. God damn
Gotta
it!
stay there.
Are
Yes.
you stupid?
Okay.
I'm not staying here.
Exactly, I'm like, get him out.
Alrighty. So now it is my turn.
Did they appear to take any damage?
Their forms are shimmering more more than they were. So this guy. Yep. Perry. This guy is going to come around here. Then he's going to walk through you and you, ending here. But
get
it's going to
attacked?
provoke an attack of opportunity from you
Why not me?
because it's still in your threat range.
I'm not gonna take it.
Okay. So for both of you, you're both going to take
What?
9 points of force damage. This guy is moving at the same time. He's going to... this one's not going to move into you, but this one's going to move here. This one here is going to go ahead and move this way through Arnos, and he's going to stop here.
Oh, you cheeky goose.
So Arnos, that is 8 points of force damage. And this one is going to come here and stay on you.
You said how?
8 from you. So, Triswin. Wait, there's that. Let's see. How many attacks is it? 3 attacks. Okay. So, starting with Triswin. Triswin, that is going to be a 27,
Yes.
23,
Yes.
and 14.
No.
Okay, so the 27 and the 23
Can
both
I
hit.
ward maneuver?
No, you are nowhere near.
Yeah, he is. He's 5 feet
right
away
next
from
to
me.
Yeah, you get it. Which one do you want to do?
Right there.
23.
Go ahead and roll it.
Warding maneuver. Her AC +3.
So yes, that matches it.
Okay, so still 2
Matches
hits.
the 23.
That's okay. It was worth a shot. That is 10 points of force damage and 15 points of force damage. So 25 points of force damage. Parry, the 3 attacks on you. Does a 10 hit.
No.
Does a 19 hit.
Yes.
Does a 15 hit.
No.
Okay. So parry, that is 11 points of force damage. Arnos, the 3 attacks on you. Arnos, that is a 23.
That one hits.
That is a 13 and
Miss.
a 14.
Yes.
Okay, so the 23 hits. That is 13 points of force damage.
Who are you gonna
And Rotmir, the 3 attacks on you.
Someone else.
Rotmir, that is a 20,
No.
a 17,
No.
and a 24.
Yes.
I'm sorry, 25, but yeah.
Warding maneuver on yourself.
That is
would be
11
amazing
points
if
of
you
force
could.
damage.
He just like yeets himself out of the way.
Ultimate tank, 2 plate fighters with warding
And
maneuver.
Perry, you're up. Rotmir, you're on deck.
Well, I'm just gonna shout at him. Wait! We're here to take on Strahd.
That's your. Okay, go ahead and roll me a persuasion check as your action.
And they don't.
I'm gonna.
Okay, so that's your first one.
Okay. So that is 19 plus persuasion. 3. 22.
Okay, so we'll get back to that. See if they react on their turn. Okay. Are you gonna move or are you gonna take a bonus action?
No, I'm just gonna, hold up my hands so that maybe all my friends could see the.
Thundergut, Draka, you're on deck.
Guess who's catching
Feel
the
the
fireball?
glare from Triswin behind
Literally
you.
everyone in the room?
Okay.
They don't have to be ghost locked.
Are these undead?
No.
No, they're not.
So 2d6 radiant damage.
Maybe
Definitely
hold up,
something wrong.
see if they react.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, no.
I'm gonna see if I can attack the person in front of me.
Is that chick? Woman? All right, go ahead and roll it.
14.
14 is not a hit.
15.
15 is still not a hit.
I'll try again. Third hits. 21.
21 is hit.
18 points of damage. Radiant.
Alrighty.
And then bonus action. What's it called?
Warding maneuver.
No.
Unwavering mark.
Second wind.
Second one. Gonna roll your D10 plus 15.
8 plus 15.
So 23 hit points back. Thraka, you're up. Arnos, you're on deck.
Yay! I dodged all the explosions earlier because that was smart.
Done, I have them all for you.
No, I'm staying outside.
What you doing, Thraka?
Yeah, so I think I'm going to shoot Eldritch Blast through the open window into that
Door.
Yeah, that fucker right there.
Which one? The skeleton, the dragonborn right in front of you?
I think the one right in front
Yeah,
of
the
us
one
was
right in front of me.
referring
I'm
Dragonborn,
I'm
alright.
going to throw 3 Kamehameha's into him.
Go ahead. Now, these are all human looking. They all are wearing full armor with helmets. None of them appear to be as what they are there. They're just, I'm using them for differentiating models.
So, does a 25 hit?
Yes?
Does a 19 hit?
No.
And so the 2 is not going to hit. So, 1d10 plus 4?
Yes, sir.
Oh, that's 13 points of damage.
13 points of damage.
Now I'm going to action search.
Okay. And what are you doing?
I'm going to go, I might as well actually step into the room mildly, at least.
You're going to step into the room?
Yeah, to use this new hammer that Rotnir was so kind to bestow upon me.
Okay.
And then I'm going to go hog wild on his...
Roll to hit twice.
I'm going to pop advantage on one of them.
You can, yes.
Yes. So, I want advantage. Oh, thank God. I think it's still a miss, a 13.
13 is a miss.
And then the other one, 25.
25 is a hit. Damage, please. Make sure to roll them separate.
So, D8 plus D6. 5 and a 3.
So 5 on the D8.
Yep. And
Okay,
then
so
3.
plus your strength.
5.
So 10 weapon damage, 3 cold damage.
Okay.
And I have plus 5.
The
damage too.
frosted edge. When you pull out this hammer, it always has the perpetual ring of frost around its edge. As you smack into it, you can feel it. This almost apparition-like being still has some kind of give in its form. As you strike into it, you can feel the impact, but the coalescence of ice appears to do nothing to the creature.
Good to know.
Arnos, Flynn, you're on deck.
Yep.
Let's slide me over to a flanking position with that one.
To which one?
I'm-
This one right here?
Yeah, I'm
You will provoke, though.
I'd provoke out of the way.
Okay, so this
Oh,
one.
so they've taken the swing.
So this one is going to go ahead and that is a 23 to hit,
That's a hit.
and that is 9 points of force damage.
Yeah, of course it is.
I rolled pretty low there.
So they're not reacting to what you said.
Well,
Cold?
they're not at the moment. After
They
you guys.
literally just had the chance.
Well, yeah,
to
it
not.
just used its reaction to attack somebody. So
So they're
Well,
not taking.
that was after, some more hits on them.
I'll go ahead and. I'll give this one a chance to react. I'll hold my action. If it attacks me, if any of them continue attacking, I'm attacking.
okay, so as soon as they go to make an aggressive move, you'll do your action on their turn. So you're holding your
I'll
action.
go ahead and give them one more chance.
Flynn,
Bring in action if any of them make a hostile move.
What is the
or
action?
Cast a spell.
Which spell?
Sacred Flame.
Sacred Flame. Okay.
Targeting hostile.
Okay, so whichever one attacks first.
Whichever one attacks, I'm going to hit it with the Sacred
Okay,
Flame.
whichever one attacks that you can see.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's Flynn. Tristan, you're on deck.
Same. But I will attack the one between myself and Arno.
So you're gonna
If
hold
I
action.
hold and be
Okay.
like,
So it is their turn. They do not appear to be swayed by your words, as they do not stop. These guys fight in flanking positions. These guys fight like a team. You all, as that was your action, as they continue to do hostile actions, starting with Arnos. Go ahead and take your attack with advantage.
I was about to try.
Oh, that's kind of terrible. Well, that is with the spear, so that should be a 21.
21?
Yeah.
21 is it?
Reap it.
And that's on the skeleton? Okay.
And that's what it does.
Problem is he can't reap it right now because he's. Oh, this is his held action. So this is just the standard action.
Argo. Ah, that sucks.
Argo?
13 points of damage?
Do you have fire mixed in there?
No, I do not.
Okay.
Because
So
I figured these guys aren't fiends.
13.
This is
okay.
my key point, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fiend for
Exact.
my precious
16
carry.
plus 27.
27 to hit.
For absolute min damage, that sucks. That is 8 points more damage.
Okay.
Sick.
Sometimes it happens.
Dear God.
Tristan,
those
you want
ones.
to take your 2 attacks?
Okay, so advantage, right? 'Cause it's
Yes,
that
you do
one.
have advantage. You're attacking the skeleton, you have advantage.
Oh, sorry, dock one of those. Actually, dock 2 of those, I apologize.
Sweet, I'm definitely taking that
Okay.
advantage. That
19.
is a 19.
19 plus is definitely a hit.
Okay, so can you hand me that
do
one,
those twice?
please?
Plus 6? Plus
Plus
7?
9.
Plus 9? So 14 damage. Sorry. 19 damage.
19.
19 damage.
Radiant.
What?
Okay.
Radiant. Holy
Second
damage.
attack.
Radiant holy. Fuck you, 2 dice. Okay, so that's gonna be a
Plus
18.
18 is a miss.
No, 19, sorry.
19 is still a miss.
Damn it.
That is barely a miss, but a miss. Glenn, go ahead. Which one are you targeting?
Disadvantage or regular roll?
No. Well, the Sacred Flame is they roll the
Firebolt. sorry.
Firebolt. Okay. So, no, go ahead.
Okay.
This is the one right in front of you, correct? The Dragonborn?
Yeah. 21.
Okay. 21 is it. Damage.
And Firebolt's D6s?
I think it's
D10s.
D10s.
It's D10s.
Do you need
Yeah,
a
3d10.
No, I got it.
It gets more powerful as you level.
Ooh.
9 damage.
9 damage.
3 threes. Just says I
Alrighty.
roll bad.
So now it is their turn. Okay.
Middle.
So, this is going to be Skeleton and Dwarf are both going to use their ability here. Okay, so, Arnos, I need from you a Wisdom saving throw, please.
Oh,
You're within 10
You're
feet.
within 10 feet.
it's a 14.
Duster.
Plus my... I'm trained in it, so 3 plus... 20, even.
20. Okay. This thing looks at you, and though it's a spectral being, it seems to fade in and out of
Well, I'm sorry, it's
the
a
material
17.
plane.
It's a 17.
17. Okay, so 7. So this seems to fade in and out, and one time it coalesces and almost looks like a humanoid person. Beneath the helmet, its eyes glow a bright yellow, streaking into your own eyes, and you feel it almost seize every muscle in your body at the same time, but you just barely manage to stave off the effect. Shaking your head, breaking eye contact quickly enough that it doesn't overpower you. Then, Perry, I need a wisdom saving throw from you, please.
It's not a spell, is it?
Nope.
Plus 3.
24.
Same thing as he does. It coalesces into the material plane, and its eyes flash yellow. But as you see Arnos turn his head, you see that flash at the same time you turn your head, staving off the effect. As you feel it, your muscles tensing, but as you break eye contact, they relent. Then, Rotmir, the woman in front of you, is going to attack you 3 times. That's going to be a 10, a 10, and a 14.
Miss.
And that is going to be the Dragonborn. The Dragonborn is going to go ahead and it's going to provoke an attack of opportunity from you, Triswin, as it's going to move through Thraka and come next to the door.
I fucking love this. Okay.
That's a hit.
That's it. That's
Brutal.
28.
28 damage?
No, 28 to hit.
28.
28 to hit is yes.
Ooh, nice. Okay.
Damage?
+9.
+9.
23.
Yep. Really radiant damage.
Okay, Thraka, you take 8 points of force damage as this knight phases through your body, and you feel it discorporate into you, and your body screams in pain. It steps out on the other side, turns, and slashes at your back 3 times. That is going to be a 11,
Nope.
a 10,
No.
and a 24.
That better be,
You were gonna say that's a yeah?
That would hit him.
That is going to be 11 points of force damage.
Glutes of iron steel feet, okay?
That is... They are not going to move yet. No, they're not going
The
to move
highest
yet.
AC you can get is.
Parry, followed by Thundergut.
40.
Which is the one that attempted to cast that on me? Or
It was the dwarf one, the one that has been attacking you.
The one in...
Oh, it's on the flank.
that one?
No.
No, that's
The-
Rotmir.
that's Rotmir.
Oh my god! Not Rotmir!
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, Rotmir did not attack you. No, Rotmir
Rotmir
did
does
not.
not have that steely gaze.
No.
Is that
That is Tristan.
It doesn't matter.
okay?
Excuse
No,
me.
that's Tristan right there.
That's
Yes.
the one you had it on.
What's that one?
Me and
That's
Devin
the skeleton.
attacking.
That's a skeleton.
Okay. Is the other one right there, or is it on the other side of the
It's on the other side of Thraka.
That's
Oh,
one.
okay.
One.
You're surrounded
That
by 3
one,
of them. You're
that
not
one,
gonna be
and
able
that
to do
one.
it.
Well, in that case, yeah, I'm
That
gonna
provoking, yeah.
target this one
Okay.
and take my 2 shots at it.
Because you have crossbow master, no disadvantage.
It's good.
Does a 23 and then the other one's 25.
Yes and yes. Damage, please.
Pitiful. That's 10, 16, 12.
28.
Yeah, 28. Don't
Okay.
And then reload.
All right. As your bonus action, are you going to move?
Yes. I'm gonna move towards the door.
Okay. So you're gonna go around here.
Whichever is least.
Do you want to go
provoking
through
out.
the door or?
Yeah, if I can go through the door.
You're gonna provoke them.
Yeah.
Really? Now.
Yeah, you can get there. So that is going to be 3 attacks
Yes,
option
now.
against you, each with
Now he
disadvantage.
wants to move.
Natural 20
Mother.
and a 14 plus 8 is 22.
Damn it.
So that's 1 hit.
That's one.
Miss on the other one. Unless 9 hits. Or 10 hits, sorry.
Total.
And does a 17 hit?
Nope.
Okay.
That 10 would have been close for me, man.
That is 14 points of force damage. I'm finally rolling
Get that paper cut.
above a 4 on these dice. Okay, so you move out. Rotmir, Thraka, you're on deck.
Let me hit this guy once.
Which guy? Skeleton?
Yeah.
Okay.
Skeletal.
20?
21.
21. 21's a hit.
Okay, 6 plus 6 is 12 damage.
Okay.
And then unnerving mark on that one.
Alrighty. On the skeleton, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then
That's a skeleton?
Yeah, that one's.
woman in front
The
of
figure.
me.
Figure's a skeleton, yes.
That looks like Groot from here.
Miss.
Second, last attack.
Am I wrong?
No.
Now that you pointed it out.
20.
20 is a match.
Okay, 12. 14 points of radiant damage.
14 points of radiant damage to the woman.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Are you gonna move?
No, I'm staying right there.
Okay. Thraka, you're up. Arnos, you're on deck.
I'm going to swing twice at the one in front of me
Behind you?
or behind me.
Because you have a skeleton that you
I
can
see
swing
a pillar
at.
where my ass would normally be.
So right here.
Well, he's saying that
You want
he
the
can
dragonborn or the skeleton?
The skeleton you have advantage on.
I'll
Skeleton.
swing on the spooks.
Okay.
The spooky boy. First one. That's a D8.
Good job, Thraka.
17 hit.
17 does not hit. Second attack.
Advantage.
Yep. That's cocked.
Did you crit it?
Yeah.
20.
Natural 20. Okay. Roll damage. So it's a D8 plus an 8. Don't bother rolling the D6. You know they're immune.
So 11 plus 5,
16.
16.
The cold.
And that's on the Dragonborn?
No, skeleton.
No, skeleton.
Skeleton.
Skeletor.
Skeleton.
Alrighty. Thraka, are you moving?
No.
Don't forget about your 5 temporary hit points from using your.
Oh no, they already got
Something like
Arnos, you're up. Flynn, you're on deck.
because that dude hit me.
What are you doing, Arnos?
You thought you were pretty.
I'll go ahead
You
and
thought you were pretty.
I'll go ahead and take the bonus action to not like the skeleton.
Okay.
And hunter's quarry.
And you have advantage on that one.
Come on, all of you. Oh man, there we go. That is natural 18.
Natural 18 is definitely going to be a hit.
Underwhelming damage. 10 on the dice. 15 total points.
On the skeleton?
Yeah.
Alrighty. Its form is shifting in and out of the material plane faster and faster.
That is a 22.
22 is a hit. Damage.
Max damage 11 points.
11 points. And this thing quietly just as your spear passes through it.
And slide me over to, I guess, the dragon one. Yeah, that's the dragon one.
Wasting my abilities.
And always.
Okay. Flynn, you're up. Tristan, you're on deck.
Firebolt! Dragonborn.
Roll a hit.
23.
23 is going to be a hit. Damage.
21.
Okay. Alrighty. Any other actions?
Bah!
Tristan, you're up.
Don't try chest when I'm shooting from back here.
Can I maneuver this way to the other side of this thing? Closer to the door?
You want to get there?
No, because I don't want to get within range of the other thing.
So here?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you can squeeze through that.
Okay.
It is in the nuts. In the ghosty bubble nuts. Hit.
That is, yeah, that's an 18 plus.
18 plus is definitely going to be a hit. Damage.
Hold on, at the reroll. Definitely rings.
22.
Oh, yeah, 22 damage.
22 damage. Alright.
Plus 9, right?
Yeah, plus 10.
Yeah. 22 damage.
Alright. Next attack.
Plus 9 to damage.
Alright.
That is, yeah. That's a 27 to hit.
27 is a hit. Damage.
$26 damage.
Yeah, 26.
Alrighty. This one is also discorporating fast.
Smack. Smack.
Anything else, Tristan? You still have a bonus action. And the rest of your move.
I will stick with that.
Alrighty. So, Thraka, I need a wisdom saving throw, please.
Trick's on you, I'm retarded.
Plus 3.
Plus 4, actually.
Ooh,
And then
plus 3 for me.
plus the cloak, so plus 5 total.
Well, if you have the cloak equipped, it's already in there.
Okay, so plus 4. Ah, 17.
Total 17?
Yeah.
You barely manage to resist the effect as its eyes glow bright. You notice your friend shielding your eyes, and almost at the last second it clicks, and you close your eyes and pull your head away and manage to break contact with the creature.
I can see it in your eyes. I can see it in your smile.
Skeleton's dead.
Rotmir,
Yeah.
I need a wisdom saving throw, please.
You're gonna get his copyright struck.
17.
As you didn't see any of this happen, but you instinctively managed to rip your gaze away from the yellow eyes of this creature as you feel your body tense up. Just barely managed to make it.
Damn.
Would I poop myself if I didn't look away?
Alrighty.
Think of that.
And then
You wouldn't have been able to.
it is going to be
Parallel system.
Triswin.
Whatever that word is.
Actually, Triswin, this thing is
Maybe
going to move
blindness.
through you. You're going to take 6 points of force damage.
Okay. Do I
Is it-
get an attack of opportunity?
No, because it does not leave your threat range.
It's like the
Oh,
long legs.
there's my luck. That is a 22 to hit. 26 to hit, a natural 20.
I'm gonna do a ranged warning.
Throw your shield.
Throw your shield.
Yes,
Captain
save
America.
it,
Come on,
sister.
Captain. Come on, Captain.
Okay,
All
so
right.
that was 9 points of force damage to begin with the move, right?
No, 8 points of force damage.
8 points. So
Okay,
let's
and
do
now
that first.
here's a whole buttload of damage coming your way. So 16 plus 25 plus 4. So 29 force damage plus.
A crap pallet worth of damage.
What did they hit us with?
That is
Jesus.
40 points of force damage plus. Oh, okay, so.
No, what's the? Okay,
Oh,
so after-
48 total force damage.
Because it crit in 2 regular hits.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I literally hit her all 3 times. One was a crit.
Okay,
3
right,
attacks
I didn't
and-
catch that part.
Put me down.
Just
Okay.
I'm unconscious.
goes unconscious.
What?
Well, yeah, the ceiling falling on me kind of did that.
You did kind of like
Harry!
a party with
Rotmir, you're on deck.
Like,
Can I see that far with there?
Just make a
Uh,
dex save. It's
yes,
not
you
that
can.
hard.
People,
I'm a negative.
Since that's the
people
only
are
one I
taking
can
20
see,
damage at a time.
I am going to first do second wind.
Roll your d10 plus. What level fighter are you? 5?
Yeah.
You're 5th level fighter?
No, third.
Third, so plus 3.
5 points.
Okay.
Because it got cocked on the wire.
That's what happens when you throw your cock in a wire.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
sometimes you get shocked.
That's true too.
You need to learn that from work.
So that's your bonus action?
Little bit.
Standard action? Gonna shoot?
There shoots.
Go ahead. What is it?
2.
A 2? So we'll roll your 2d8. No, I'm sorry. 2 is just a click.
Hold up, you got 2 more uses, bro.
And you have
Can I use that?
got-
Yes, you
one.
can.
Well, in that case.
So you're using another luck.
Motherfucking
You should
hell.
not roll that into another die.
Right?
What'd you roll it?
That's a total of a 4 plus my 13, so that's
I
a
want to see.
17 is a miss, but it's not a
Your
misfire.
gun didn't blow up.
Second attack.
Just watch.
second
the
attack.
roll.
That's better. 25.
25 is a hit. Damage, please.
And now Flynn's luck, he just feels it leaving his body like.
11.
11 points of damage.
He's
Alrighty.
dead.
I did
Are you gonna move or
Just
no?
like slurp it all at once. Just.
No, I'm just going to keep it in sight.
Okay, Thundergut, you're up. Thraka, you're on deck.
Did I see my sister go down?
You're sleeping.
What is your passive perception?
16.
Yes.
I'm gonna accept an attack of opportunity.
Don't do it, Ronnie.
That is a 22.
Nope.
Right there, yeah.
You're gonna move right up to the dwarf, which is still just a humanoid knight. Yes.
Are these guys immune to knockdown?
No one's attempting to knock them down.
Okay, so Furious Charger.
Okay, so if you hit, go ahead.
If I hit, yeah.
If you hit with the sword, it goes through things anyways. Just saying, it's weird. Ouch.
27.
That is definitely a hit. It's not going to be knocked down because it
Oh, it died.
disapparates.
You knocked it down in the best
You
way.
knocked it into another dimension, man.
That was me.
He finished it.
Yeah.
Roddy gets the credit.
That
Can
was
you-
5, 10, 15, 20 movement.
Can you
Fucking shoulder.
break your movement up?
Tackle.
Yes.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, you can go attack the one on him. You can just
It's
go.
always funny
whoop,
to
whoop.
watch streams where people don't know that you can do that now.
Flanking.
Yes.
Last 2 attacks.
Last 2 attacks.
Hit. 13 plus 6 is 20.
19. 13 plus 6 is 19. Alright, 19.
Uh-huh.
This thing is, you see it fading fast into the whatever plane that it's attached to, but it is discorporating between
Then I
the
have
two.
5-foot movement, and I'll stand right here next to Thraka.
Alrighty, that's it.
Rob me your shoulder tackle.
Thraka.
Where it goes.
What are you doing, Thraka?
I'm gonna mollywop that guy.
Arnos, you're on deck.
Yep.
I'm gonna mollywop the dude.
Roll a hit.
God, you're starting to speak, Nick.
You do not have advantage right now.
I know, I'll just roll them both
Okay.
at the same time. 14 hit?
No.
28 hit.
Yes. Doesn't matter because Rotmir's attack knocked it down to 2 hit points.
Rotten.
Alrighty. Thraka, you still have movement?
It's my beam.
You can run over and I suppose you can run over and begin the engagement with the remaining ghost.
Now I'm gonna move up and I'm gonna run up on her like it's cocked and just use my bonus action to roar in her incorporeal face.
Alrighty. Arnos, you're up.
And
Flynn, you're on deck.
she now has a white raven sitting on her healing spirit. On
Okay.
her turn, she takes a d6 of healing
Okay.
and does not have to deal with that. I'll move to flank the remaining one.
I should have Throcker run like a gorilla when he's mad.
No, let's
Like-
not.
Is that all you're doing?
Oh, go ahead, take my attacks. I don't
His
need
model looks almost
Yeah, that's a Spirit Guardians is a bonus action, right?
Yeah, this.
yeah,
Yeah, it's a bonus
yeah.
action. I can. Part of the reason why I used it. Oh, you son of a bitch! Why you do this to me? That's a 16.
16 is a miss. Second attack.
That one is a 23.
23 is a hit.
Where are my actions? For 12 plus 5, 17 points of damage.
Alrighty.
Oh god, get my hand off
Crispin.
the camera like a bad person.
Roll a d6.
Bad streamer.
What'd you roll? 1. You are awake. And as you kind of groggily open your eyes and
Yeah,
you
no.
look up and you see a white raven sitting on your chest and it's pecking at you.
Hello.
And that happens at the
You've seen
beginning
it
of their
before.
turn, correct?
Yes, it does.
So you still have the rest of your turn. You are prone, so you can stand up for half your movement.
Oh! Stands up.
Are you gonna touch yourself?
What are you saying? Oh my god.
Are you gonna think about you and touch yourself?
I lost all train of thought. Thank you.
Don't think
You're
little
welcome.
Nicky. Don't think little Nicky. Don't think little
fucking
Nicky.
hell, why did you add that to it? Oh,
Alright, Tristan, we're waiting on you.
Wait, so fucking much.
So what are you doing?
Cure light wounds, second level.
Alright.
Or cure wounds, I should say.
Cure wounds, okay, cure wounds, second level. Go ahead and roll it, and then give me your card when you're done.
Fuck, yeah. I will.
So it is this thing's turn. This thing is going to use its action.
Did we miss me? I'm right
It's
after
fifth.
Arnold.
Yep, we did miss you.
Okay.
9 damage,
What's the roll to hit?
19 plus,
19 plus is a hit.
so 31.
31 damage?
31
No.
to hit.
Oh.
This thing is going to use its standard action, and it is going to move away. Goes through that, just walks straight through that door. As you all swing at it, as it leaves your space, your blades pass harmlessly through it.
It wouldn't have needed to do
Just
that
like that.
anyways.
It's a cowardice of knights is amazing.
What?
The cowardice of knights is amazing.
As once again quiet falls, just your labored breathing.
Stand with that.
You all look around and see. Everybody, roll me a perception check.
Plus 6.
25.
I'm perception.
Wow.
12, 25.
22.
27.
12.
I'm still looking at the bird.
Natural one.
Oh, yeah.
It is taking all of your attention. Everyone except for you and Thundergut. Thundergut, you are. Hold on, guys. Hold it. Let's bring it in. Let's bring it in, guys. Let's bring it in. As you are watching the woman who just walked through the wall, and Thraka, you are staring at the bird that is over Triswin as well as she is. You three, you hear something like the faintest sound of a woman crying in the distance. And as you look to your east, you see the form draped across this sarcophagus. You see tears streaming out of one of its eyes.
Now, what were you saying?
I head over to the
Will you
sarcophagus.
continue to concentrate on the spell?
Of course.
How long is
it? Lasts for 1 minute. She has 9 rounds. If as long as you stay underneath it, you got 9 rounds of d6s.
So you're gonna go, are you going to stay underneath it? You're going to get 9 rounds of d6s.
And I rolled well. Yeah. Oh God! Did I
What
roll
were you
well.
saying, Rodman?
Oh, that's what I was reminding her.
Yeah, just remind me. Thank you.
That is 15. 15, 33, 36.
Thank you.
And then the bird gives you a wink and then disappears.
Can birds wink? It just winked at me.
Are you hurt, Scotsman? Do you need some healing?
Yeah.
Well, considering
Do you
how
need
they
to
just said
heal?
that the bird knows the way.
I'm good. Save your spell slot.
What about you, Perry? Has your stupidity caused you injury?
A bit.
A bit.
My leg's missing.
I do look a little beat
Okay,
up.
it is actually 9:30. This is a great point for us to take a quick break. We'll be back in about 15, 20 minutes. Go to roll it real fast.
I'm
Wait.
Hold on, hold on. Before we get up, roll it real fast.
Who's hurt?
Well, just roll the one for Perry real quick. 'cause
Yeah,
that's
just roll
easy
his.
to roll.
Roll his because you did
And then
mention it.
hand me up your spells when you guys are done.
Hey, he was
There's a
in.
level 2. That's the level
And
2,
then I
right?
need yours.
I already handed it to
I'm
you.
sorry, Perry. That's only
Yes, you
21 hit points off of level 2.
Okay, so we'll stop there for now.
Because I rolled back.
So this is about a minute and a half after this combat has happened. So we'll be right back in about 20 minutes. Stick with us. We're going to stretch our legs, get something to drink, do all those things, go to the bathroom, all that good stuff. We'll be back here shortly. Stick with us. Thank you all for joining us, too. We love you all.
Minute and a half, I can dump.
So, bringing it back in, you, Knights of Fate, you have dispatched 3 of these 4 spectral warriors. The last casually walked through the door to the south. What are you all going to do?
I respect the altar
And the weeping lady.
and the weeping lady.
As you approach, you can clearly see the statue of her does indeed weep. There are tears that, it seems as if maybe 2 tears out of the right eye of it streaked down and dripped onto the floor beneath her.
Why do you cry, lady?
The statue gives no response.
Why is nothing talking?
Inspect the statue.
Also,
Especially looking for any blade.
Roll me an investigation check.
Oh, the system of it. Go ahead and roll twice.
So go to roll with advantage.
You did help.
Sweet.
27.
With that, you begin inspecting the statue. You can see she wears a fine gown. The artistry of this is expert. It's almost unreal how lifelike this statue is until it slowly begins to dawn on you. There's no hands that could perfectly carve this. This was once probably a living person.
Ooh. Didn't we see some people get turned into stone before?
Yes, we did. We did.
Who and how do you want to do it?
Well, can we magic this away?
She, I believe the person that did it before is no longer with us, so she kind of became a piece of the door. And she holds up the hammer.
Oh.
I think.
Huh.
She came all the way out here just to make us.
Is there any plaques on the...
Well, yes, the ruins that we fought her at.
No,
were
the
near
sarcophagus. Well, now that you're closer to the sarcophagus, you can see the lid has a familiar-looking humanoid face. You recognize it from one of the busts inside the other room, and it's a person carved, almost like Han and Carbonite type deal. But it's they have the arms resting upon their chest, laid to rest. But that is very well done, but clearly stonework.
So, do we potentially defile a tomb in search of this blade?
I'm not sure if it's...
Or should I be asking who's
With
going to help me
your
defile it?
investigation check, this tomb has been closed for probably 100 years.
So, no blade.
Is this stone effigy of a woman draped over the top of the...
Exactly as you see it there. It's like she's on the side. She's like in mourning, with her hand up and over. But yeah, like once you can see it, you can so far. Like they went so far as you can see the creases in the knuckles. Like there's no way. You know, like this isn't stylized. This is like a person was turned to stone in this position.
Oh.
And the more Perry points that out to you all, the clearer it becomes to you all that yes, that is indeed what looks to have happened.
There's a magic to undo this is not in my talents at this time.
Oh, she's obviously still in there. She continues to mourn.
Do we pursue?
Josephine, do you have anything that could cure this?
You're not powerful enough at this time, then.
Do we pursue that errand now?
Well,
One went through the door. I mean, we are after a sword blade, not a ghostly knight.
Well,
What's
if
through
we
the barn
figure
door?
this problem out...
Peeking, you can open the door and peek inside. It's dark. There's still quite a bit of light outside that you guys can see by. It's a gloomy day, like they all are here in Barovia. But there's enough light to see that this is a narrow staircase that leads up.
Oh, top floor.
I think we find the dragon and then go from there.
From what you've seen of this level, and where you guys are sitting now, you guys can look up and see there is a balcony around this chapel up above you. So there is at least one more level. You could tell that there's more than, it's at least 3 levels big now. Seeing that, you can guesstimate it's at least 3 levels.
Friend.
Can you see what deity this chapel is for?
You recognize the Morning Father. Yeah, it's been a while since you've seen it, but once you see it, you recognize that emblazoned symbol of the rising sun.
Man, I think I remember that you almost might have been afflicted by stone once. It's been a while. We've had a lot of journeys.
That's your point.
Do you remember that incident?
I remember it wasn't my magic that fixed it.
What was it?
Luck and strength of spirit. It never took hold.
Arnos, I'd like you to roll me a perception check.
That is plus 8. 14.
14? Okay.
I'm gonna go and move to the door where the knight went, assuming it has.
Well, it's cracked open a bit from where Flynn opened up and looked.
Shall we go through? Or.
Well, we could.
Is that the barred door at the end of the hall, or?
No. The doors that they have banding, iron banding of them, but they are not barred.
I heard barred earlier. I guess I missed it in the description.
Does it look like I can open up the sarcophagus without damaging the lady?
Well, her hand is on top of it, so no.
It would be pointless anyways. There's no way the blade's in there.
What do you mean there's no way there?
With your investigation check of 27, you can tell that this sarcophagus lid would need to be lifted up and moved aside. So to do that, you would break off her hand.
Huh. Oh,
But you could do that.
Okay. Oh.
You have 3 incredibly strong people in this party.
Yeah.
How?
Well, one very situationally very
How
strong.
old is
2
this,
others.
How old
very
is the
strong.
sunsword? If it's blade.
The sunsword is older than Strahd himself, but she can tell you that the blade was the blade itself was broken, probably 400 or 500 years ago. Strahd is kind of vague on that, but it was one of the more recent entries that the blade was stolen from Castle Ravenloft.
So,
How recent?
Not in there.
He doesn't get anything.
It's possible that it could be in there, but maybe we should search around some more first.
We check the rest of the place.
And perhaps maybe we can reclaim her. No, I don't know if she'd want to leave.
We can start through this door. I'll open it further.
Well, didn't
Okay.
that fire
Pushing the
say-
door open more, it is a narrow staircase leading up.
Follow the narrow staircase.
what were you saying, Roddy, about the fire?
Doesn't matter.
Does the fire say something?
Yeah.
What did it say?
Well, it said something about facing him so his knights would something.
Did he tell us where to face him?
No.
I got the feeling.
What fire are you talking about? Is that the
The one-
thing that was happening when you entered a room without us?
Yeah.
The burning bush.
Yeah, the buddy push.
Oh, so then we will go find the dragon, face him, and then everything be okay. Yeah.
Maybe.
But standing here talking, still not useful.
Right.
Lead on, man.
Let's take a walk up the stairs. Yeah.
What do you think, Rothman?
Up or
I go the way that the spectral knight left.
Okay. As you climb this staircase leads to the balcony above this chapel. As you place your first foot upon it, you hear a worrisome groaning of wood.
Okay.
Looking out, it seems like it was sturdy. You can see pieces of it are still mildly on fire. The fire has really slowly begun to subside on certain sections of it, especially where wood touches stone. If it wasn't for the moisture and the water damage in this wood, it probably would have went up like kindling. You can see on this balcony, there is what at one time must have been an exquisitely carved wooden throne, but it's been beaten up. You can see very clearly now that you have been more accustomed to it. It looks to be claw marks, which could only be from something very big, like werewolf size, so 6-7 feet tall. Hanging from the high ceiling, you can see an iron chandelier with candle holders, and they are all shaped like tiny silver dragons. There is a door on directly to your left on the west wall, and a door on that same wall further to the right. So walking further around the balcony. But this is literally you putting one foot on the balcony and you looking at it. Those of you who are down on the stairs can hear wood shifting as he steps on it.
The balcony's not safe, everybody.
After those fire.
Perhaps maybe you should let one of the lighter one of us go across and throw a rope. Just in case.
Or the one that can flap.
Yeah.
That's what I meant by
So you're
that.
not flap.
Yeah.
Okay. You spread your wings out and try to hold yourself up as you land in front of the door. It's hard because this wall is so close to you, but you're still trying to keep yourself up, being as light on your feet as you possibly can. The balcony creaks angrily beneath your footsteps.
It's angry.
But you open the door, and you can see from this open door light that is coming from the open door of the entrance of this place in the balcony below you, that you all from the door you all left open. You can tell that this opens up into the balcony around that initial foyer.
Alright. Yeah, let's find some place to secure our rope and walk out on back.
Okay. There's nothing really in this hallway to do that. I mean, you could simply hold on to it while they try to pull themselves across, and if it breaks,
It's a balcony over a balcony, man.
Guardrail.
there's guardrails and there's wood on there's the wooden guardrails around the wooden balcony. But where you are is stone. There's two rooms that you can see right from you. But if you walk further to your left, you'll come to the foyer, to that balcony around the foyer.
Yeah,
Now the balcony around the foyer is stone.
I'll just hold it around the corner.
Okay, so just try to. All right. So who's going first?
I'm just gonna flap through the door.
You know, I'll go first. I can pull people up.
Okay. After a couple of very tense, arduous minutes, you all are able to move past this rotting wood of this balcony and have you all have your feet on safer, stonier floor. You have the passage splits both north and south of you, both leading to the foyer itself. You know there is, sorry, well, with how much you guys are kind of like coalesced in that area, you guys can look down this hallway and see the stairway at the far end of this is choked with rubble, and it looks like that turret has collapsed in upon itself. Looking along the south way as it leads around the foyer, you can see there is another thin spiral staircase going up. There is a hallway to your south that opens up into nothing, literally just falls away, as that is the section of Argynvostholt that has cratered in upon itself. There are a couple of rooms that you can see. The doors are open of these. They both appear to be bedrooms.
Check those.
Okay. Who's checking?
Gotta keep in mind.
Barry.
Gotta keep in
You
mind.
know,
We've had
some bad luck with Perry going in the front.
Okay.
We haven't fully
So, Perry,
explored the first floor.
Yeah.
As
Never
you
mind.
walk into the room,
I
the contents of this room are draped in cobwebs. Between curtained windows stands a black marble hearth with a sculpted mantelpiece, above which hangs a framed portrait of a handsome, well-dressed man with a wry smile and a thick mane of thistle-down hair. Opposite the fireplace is a large bed with a rotting mattress and wooden posts carved to resemble dragons. Across from the double door stands a tall wardrobe, its doors hanging open, revealing a dark and empty cavity. The only other piece of furniture is an overstuffed leather chair that faces the hearth.
Does the painting look familiar? Him at all?
It looks as if it's one of the human busts that are downstairs. It's one of the four, or one of the three that were still remaining. It is one of those humans.
Another one of his four. And go look into the wardrobe.
It is a rotting mass of wood. Looks like it has been picked clean.
And then, take a look at the hearth.
The hearth is empty and cold. There is no wood within it to burn.
Nothing in here looks interesting. Search around for anything hidden. Quickly.
Roll me an investigation check.
Ew.
Natural one.
You must have found a salacious death.
As you're going through, you get a pretty bad splinter.
Aye.
As you're trying to find a hidden pocket in the wardrobe itself. It takes you a minute to dig it out, and it bleeds a little bit, and it smarts, but
At least you got it out.
There's nothing in here.
At least you didn't.
maybe
investigate your
since
foot.
there is nothing in here, we should take a short rest in here.
That seems like a good idea.
Yeah.
Heal up.
you all going to spend an hour within this room?
Might
Not
as
a
well.
bad idea.
Close the door.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hurry.
As you all are resting up, those of you who wish to can spend healing surges in order to heal.
It does.
Or hit dice, sorry. Still, 4th edition still creeps in every once in a while.
All the time.
Ooh, 10.
I only played it for over 2 years straight.
Yeah. Right.
And that's not including the playtest.
Roll my or not.
Yeah, have action surge back.
Second one comes back to.
Yeah.
I didn't use that. I still only have 2 fighting spirits because those are long rests. Pretty much everything else is like short rest.
No hit dice for upgrade?
Nope.
I don't think you got hit that much.
No, I didn't.
Guys, did I only beat 30? Oh, cool. I thought I was down more.
Where is hit dice hiding on this silly thing?
Go to short rest. Click on your picture. Short rest. And then you can, see how many hit dice you've got. And tell them to be expended.
And then I'll let you know.
Take short rest.
And you can do even reset maximum HP if you wish.
No, I rolled my dice and took my healing.
Okay.
I
You
spent
guys
3 hit
down?
dice.
The hour passes, and while it is eerie and quiet and makes your skin crawl staying within this confined space, there is nothing eventful that happens. What are you all doing?
Search the next room.
Yeah, honestly, I'm gonna go down and shut the front door.
You flap down.
Yeah.
You all hear a squealing screech, and then a boom as the front doors are pushed closed, which does limit the light within this place quite a bit. It darkens it up quite a bit.
I'd rather know something's coming in after us. Granted, anything could have come in after us after we left the door open for so long.
Well, Perry is preoccupied, so who is searching the other room?
Is there something small but still loud and scrapey to sit?
Anybody else good at searching?
If this door is opened, you're going to hear it.
Yeah, fair enough.
I'm not an investigator.
I'll go ahead and assist Perry.
Well, Perry is currently occupied
So he's
with his
assisting
gun.
me.
Yeah.
Is he assisting me?
Okay. So, the door of this room is open.
Okay.
As you peek your head inside, 2 beds with torn canopies stand against the opposite walls, with a tattered rug lying on the floor between them. Set in the far wall is a fireplace black with soot. A soft hiss issues from the hearth.
Well, I guess I get to investigate a hearth that's hissing at me. Carefully with the spear from as far away as I can manage.
So you approach it.
She could man use stick.
As you approach, Perry next to you. You all come within 10 feet. A small hissing dragon made of ash and smoke erupts from the fireplace, filling the room with soot as it beats its wings.
Again? Really?
You cough and hack as this creature jettisons itself into the air, but as it takes its third flap of its wings, it dissipates. But the room and you both are covered with the black soot from the fireplace.
Not that you'd be able to tell, except for my clothes.
It's definitely not. It's definitely gray. You look a lot more gray than you're supposed to, and it is a fine layer of this soot.
You just took a dust bath.
Thanks for that.
Do birds actually do that?
Yeah.
I thought that was chinchillas.
I can always give you a hug.
You're chinchilla now.
Please.
No.
But he batted his eyes so nicely at you.
And I ask nicely. I mean, come on. How
Roasted
often do you
as you
get asked nicely?
Okay. It cleans up. It takes a few uses of it, but you're able to clean them up. You do the same for
Do
Perry.
you like
No.
shoot your feathers out?
It is hard to be around him when this soot is clinging to him. I mean, it's anyone next to him is
So he looks like
blinking
Big
their
Ben.
eyes. It's Jesus.
He looks like Big Ben.
Yeah, it's bad.
Smell or just the
No, it's
stuff in the air?
it's an eye and nose and throat irritant if you're next to him.
Fine, I'll clean it.
Dragon's farther up, I guess.
And continue searching.
Yeah. Wait, is this one directly above the one that exploded in the fire, by chance?
No.
Okay, just make sure. Then move on to the next room.
Okay. Well, you're gonna head south around the balcony because those are the only rooms on this level.
Okay. Back downstairs and open the
Finish
first
checking those rooms.
empty. First time I'll check the side of the doors.
Head the other. Okay, heading downstairs and coming to the doors on the south wall. You open the double set of doors. Rubble is strewn throughout much of this vast chamber, caused by the partial collapse of the rooms above it. On the pink marble floor, fallen chandeliers lie amid broken chairs and other furnishings. Thick webs stretch from wall to wall, and moving among them are too many spiders to count.
Nope. Nope.
Anybody got a torch?
I ignite the sunsword,
Okay.
and then
Tristan, look at all the little
Nope.
can shine brighter.
Yeah, it normally shines within, I think it's 15 feet,
It's
and then you
normally
can
15,
increase
you
by
can up it to
5.
30.
Yes.
So you spend about 20 seconds, 30 seconds making it.
Yeah.
So you get 30 feet of bright light and another 15 feet of dim light. Beyond that, you can barely see. Well, even through the webbing, you can still see that the opposite wall is completely collapsed. And while this is completely choked with webs, it is completely open to the outdoors.
Okay, so this is alright.
Looking to your right, you can see there's another door set in the same wall. The single door, the same door that's in the foyer. This was probably 2 separate rooms, but those walls have collapsed in.
Is there anything to search?
There's... The spider webs are so thick, you're going to have to deal with those before you try to search anything.
Anybody got an aerosol cannon or a lighter? Or just a torch?
Firebolt?
Torch. Yeah, that also
What is an aerosol can?
You can get it. I mean,
What
it's,
is this
it creates
cat?
like, holes through your firebolt with it. I mean, you'd be there for a while.
got a torch.
We all have torches.
I'll light up the torch.
Okay, so you spend a few minutes. These spiders are big, fat. You can see strewn about the webs. In some of the webs, you see what looks to be a wolf. Other areas, there's crows strewn all about it that are hanging lazily from this webbing. And these spiders are as big as Thraka's closed fist, their body.
So, yeah.
So that's like this.
Burn them all.
Burn them all.
But then
So
like
you
stack
start-
like this.
I'd like to grab the wildfire. Yeah.
How long are you gonna attempt to do
Let's
this?
see if I can
tomorrow?
find something interesting.
Okay. So how long are you gonna keep at it?
I will
Half an
assist
hour.
with another torch.
Okay. So you guys begin just burning away these webs, the two of you.
Uh-huh.
You guys begin burning away these webs. Okay. Both of
That's
you
a
go ahead
player.
and roll me a
Player.
dexterity check.
Ah, fuck.
Dexterity check. Oh, you son of a bitch. It is only a 9.
Okay.
I rolled off a Darren 14.
You know.
What?
I rolled a 2, so it's a 1.
So while you guys are burning this away, several times spiders from higher webs that are just pulled out, like burned out from beneath them, fall on top of you.
No.
During a couple of these times, you both receive a pair of bites.
Oh, why?
Both of you take a total of 5 poison damage from these creatures. As they, for you, Triswin, you have a hell of a time since you're wearing plate. It manages to get up under the layers of your armor and begins thrashing and biting at you, and you eventually just have to flex your arm up to crush it between the plates, and that gore you can feel just dripping down your arm. It's just, they get on your feathers, and by the time you're finished with this, all of your feathers are poofed out as far as they can go.
I'm surprised you're not over there picking at them, trying to eat them.
And through all of this,
Spider meat is awesome.
After you burn this out, you guys have a clear view. The ramparts on both of the sides are completely collapsed in upon themselves. What looks to be an old stable just out of just a little ways away from Argynvostholt is also collapsed. This appears to have once been a ballroom, but there is nothing of interest in here.
Next door.
I don't think there's any more on this floor.
There is not.
So wait, have we found any staircases going up?
You have found a single staircase going up on the second floor.
We'll go to that then.
So you guys go back to the balcony, go up the stairs in the in the foyer, head up the stairs to the balcony, and you can head to. You can easily look down to the south of this hallway as you pass, and you can see this is where it's caved in on this side. There's very clearly plenty of spots for you to look through holes in the wall to see in the rooms beyond. There's no non-treacherous way to get to them where they currently are. You would literally have to go outside and then fly up would be the safest way if you wish to check them.
No, we look for a dragon. He's not hiding there.
You say that.
We did find a small dragon.
I imagine we'll find
Harry
one.
told me.
And another one.
See if we can find one.
So you guys found a soot dragon.
A soot dragon.
That covered you both in soot.
You were a big fan for a little while.
This narrow staircase that you all approach, once again, you have to go single file up it. As you all go single file up this, it's stone and it feels sturdy. As you get to the top of it, there is a tattered curtain draped across the exit of this. It is seen better days. Weather has destroyed it and moths have eaten it through. You can clearly see beyond it a hallway beyond that splits into a 4-way section. that you all are on the west side of.
Pull the curtain open.
Dust falls and drifts to the ground. You, damn.
Follow the hallway.
You reach the center of the hallway. And you have a passage to your south that literally ends with a fall to the second floor or the first floor. From where you fall out, you probably just hit ground if you jumped off of there. To your east, there is another door that looks like the door itself is hanging strangely off its hinges, and you can see there is rubble behind it that looks like it is just collapsed into itself. So the only way to go is the passageway to the north, but immediately, 5 feet after the intersection, there is nothing but rubble. It looks like 2 rooms have been completely broken apart. You can very faintly see to your left, there is almost a 10-foot wide opening into a room on your left, and on your right at the end of the hall, the corner wall of that has collapsed, and you can there is not as much light to see in, but there's definitely, you could just walk into these 2 rooms.
Search the one on the left first.
Okay, so you guys walk across the rubble. Who's going in first?
I'll go in.
So Perry
Someone give me a hand.
and Arnos? Okay, so Perry and Arnos, you guys kind of gingerly make your way across this. Looking up, you can see there's a hole above you. Oblong hole about 20 feet wide. You recognize. So you're not at the top level. There is a level above this. There's literally the parapet above this, and the turrets and everything else above this. But this is the last indoor level. As you all crawl over this rubble, the rest of you follow?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so you 2 in front, everyone else coming in behind. As you enter this room filled with rubble, you can see... Make sure I tell you exactly. The west wall of this 50-foot long, 30-foot wide audience hall has crumbled, leaving a gaping hole in a pile of rubble. Weapons and shields that once hung from the walls have fallen to the floor and succumbed to rust. A large wooden throne, carved to resemble a dragon with unfolding wings, faces 3 tall windows to the west. This chair looks like it has been beaten and broken nearly to pieces. Slumped in what remains of this throne is a gaunt, armored figure with one gauntlet wrapped around the hilt of a greatsword.
Well, Argos, why don't you come with me and let's take a look at this greatsword.
Because it'll probably come to life.
Argynvostholt, I assume? This is rude of you not to greet us at the door.
Argynvostholt.
Go away.
We've come to release you from what Strahd has done.
The creature's grip on the greatsword tightens. If you have come to destroy me, know this. I perished defending this land from evil over 4 centuries ago, and because of my failure, I am forever doomed. If you destroy this body, my spirit will find a new corpse to inhabit, and I will hunt you down. You cannot free me from my damnation, nor would I wish it. If you have come to free this land from the creature that feasts on the blood of the innocent, know this. There is no monster I hate more than Strahd von Zarovich. He slew Argynvostholt, broke the life of the knight I loved, and destroyed the valiant order to which I devoted my life. But Strahd has already died once. He can't be allowed to die again. Instead, he must suffer eternally in a hell of his own creation, from which he can never escape. Whatever can be done to bring him misery and unrest, I will do. But I will destroy anyone who tries to end his torment.
We are here to stop him.
He stands and turns, raising the greatsword and gripping it with his other hand.
Where's Argynvostholt?
Do you know where we can find the blade to the sunsword?
Leave these halls, and we have no further conflict. I'd like each of you guys to roll me an insight check.
Yeah. Let's get to the actual heart of why we're here.
Hide out!
9. That is a 27.
7.
23.
10.
So 23 and
27.
27. So the two of you especially, when those strange knights that you fought in the chapel materialized in the material realm, and you saw their eyes right before the brilliant yellow light tried to captivate you, you saw madness within them. This same madness, and a madness that you can see but can't quite put the same picture that he can, is clear within the eyes of this revenant.
There's the dragon.
Crazy.
Okay, so real quick, let me show you what you guys are looking at.
Change places.
No, that's fun crazy. That's fun.
Someone got the reference.
No,
We all got the
We all
reference.
We all got the reference.
Be careful.
At least I hope
That's
so.
the one that snapped.
Or 3 feet to the right.
Shibupi. Shizuka, all you guys want.
Now, I know this is a hammer, but
We'll go with it.
we're going to go with it.
It's appropriate motive.
And we got you and you up front. You and you behind. You here. And Thraka, you're currently in that space, though that is difficult terrain. Okay. So
Back it up.
as you say that and you guys begin backing up, you see him raise the sword higher and rush at you. I need initiative rolls, please.
Wow, that's a piece of shite.
Been rolling above 10 for initiative lately.
Yeah, above 10.
Oh, I mean on the die, of course. That's a natural 17.
We're fucked.
That rolled
okay.
way better than I could have expected.
So 20 to 25.
Not quite.
Anybody above a 20 here?
Okay.
I rolled a 19.
Makes that simple.
So 15 to 20.
18.
Oh, 16 for me.
10 to 15.
Oh, no.
5 to 10.
You
9.
rolled amazingly
8.
high and amazingly low. Well, or right.
4.
Oh shit.
I just wanted to hear the number.
I
Okay.
didn't say anything till you got to me.
So starting with him. All right. He is going to rush forward, 5, 10, 15, 20, and he is going to swing directly at Perry.
Why me?
That's
So,
not
because you're a liar.
his 3 attacks.
Why the rum? Wait, I have no rum.
Okay, so Perry,
The rum is gone.
that is
No, it's in my-
Oh, good point. Good point.
I have all the
Plus
rum.
11. So a 19,
That's a hit.
a 17,
That's a miss.
and a 28.
That's a hit.
Ooh.
Roll it.
So he's got some serious pluses to his.
You only need to give me 1, 2.
So as the first hit slashes across your stomach, you cry out in pain and back up. Just as he's about to bring it, and you realize this blade is coming directly at you, and there is nothing to stop it. You feel a weighty dwarf pivot himself next to you and interject his shield between you and the hit. The hit slams into his arm hard enough that he still knocks you back a few feet as his shield is pushed into you. The last hit coming directly on the after the second attack, nearly missing your face. Is it? So the first hit, one that is a hit, that is yeah. 23 points of slashing damage.
You don't have to
don't-
get so happy.
Don't nut too hard, man.
Arnos, Flynn, you're on deck.
We're gonna get our asses kicked.
Hopefully not.
Oh, wait, you said it was my turn, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Oh, god damn it. I'm gonna move around to his... Over here.
What time of day is it?
Where?
Right there.
Okay.
For fireball.
As you attempt to move immediately, as you do, he turns and tries to smash you with the pommel of his greatsword.
Yeah, we'll find out how this goes.
Fucking Jesus Christ.
16 to hit.
Missed.
You are just able to stop yourself. You may continue your movement.
Disarm.
Okay.
Do it, please.
That is a natural 19, and that is with the spear, so that is a 29.
To attempt to disarm him.
And an attempt to disarm him.
Okay.
Versus his athletics or acrobatics.
He can't drop his weapon.
He can't drop his weapon, Trip.
Okay.
This one is my athletics instead.
And
that is a nat 20, 30.
Okay, so 18 plus 12,
Dear God.
but you had a natural 20.
Okay, so the knight's now
He
flat on
is
his ass.
prone
So the bird
for a
comes
moment.
up, stabs,
Shit!
tries to slap the sword out of his hand.
I
It's
need a
like,
flurry of
hey,
blows.
oh,
Roll a hit.
I just see a panicked bird like fucking trying everything he can to like this arm.
Can't
Fails.
drop his weapon! Shit! Trip!
Trips.
Hear Argo screaming.
That, oh god, that is shit.
Feels
That's a 19.
Bird scream.
No, I'm sorry, that's not a 19. I cannot use that. That's a... Shit, that makes it a 15.
So that is a miss.
15, it's a miss. Fuck it, grapple.
I'm gonna hug you.
Stay down! That's a 25.
Okay, plus 12 is a 30.
Shit!
Bad.
He rolled another 18!
Another 18.
Crap.
The bird just desperately tries to hug the leg down.
I want him to stay on the ground!
It's like clinging. Ah, fireball me!
Pretty much. Self-destruct. I'm going out like Chow Tzu.
More like a Cyberman slashing on Yamcha. Except that she's a lot scarier than Yamcha.
I need my stick.
Okay, what's called
Get the stick.
That was
at
literally
the end of your turn, he is going to use his one and only legendary action.
The long one's done.
And that means he's going to have to swing with disadvantage because he is prone.
Thank
He's
God.
going to swing at you at disadvantage. That is 18.
That is a miss. Oh, thank God.
You jump just over his greatsword as it swings at your legs.
Man, I wish I could
Flynn,
swing so
you're
far.
up. Rotmir, you're on deck.
He's just like.
Sunday.
Flurry of maneuvers.
Okay.
We need this long stick.
No, this
Go ahead.
slaps. God damn, how many actions can you do?
That's fucking pathetic. 8
That's
damage.
a lot of ones. And more so, as the beam hits him, it appears to do nothing to him.
Shit.
So immune to radiant. Great.
Nah, fuck.
You still have a bonus action.
Done.
Okay. Thundergut, you're up.
Hope you have another
Flanking?
weapon. Because I just tossed a 6th level down the crapper.
Okay, advantage because he's prone.
Yes, sir.
Is he undead?
He is not.
It doesn't qualify.
Immune to radiant. I'm gonna still hit him, but I'm not gonna do any damage to him because
Roll a hit.
27.
27 is a hit.
No damage.
Yeah, the sun sword seems to pass straight through him, doing nothing. Almost like the blade itself shortens as it touches his flesh and does nothing to him.
Okay. Bonus action. When do we remark?
Okay.
What is it to switch to my hand axe?
Part of a move action.
Okay.
Okay.
So now I'm going to do hand X.
So D4?
D6.
D6. Okay. So, as this is all happening, Ramir, as you swing at him, you take a step back and you look like, take a glance at the sunsword. You're looking like, what the hell is going on? You look up and you see walking through the wall directly behind Arnos is this creature here. What is your passive perception?
My passive perception should be an 18. 17? Yeah, it's an 18.
18. So this thing, you just feel a disturbance in the air. So it does not have advantage on the attack against you. But I got to continue here real quick. Do this. As two more
come on.
through here
Well, at least you got something to fire those sunbeams at.
and here.
You mean, Mister? I've got like plus affinity to my strength tests and stuff.
A plus 12. It helps when he's a high-level creature and he's trained.
Yeah.
Just like you guys.
I mean, I've got a 10. It's only I have no strength.
So Arnos, the 3 behind you without advantage. That is a 17.
Nope.
19.
Yes.
And so an 18 misses.
Yeah.
Man, you are wired. I could just sense the
So that is 15 points of force damage. The attack on you. What is your passive perception?
Not good.
Is it over a 12?
Yes.
Okay, then it does not have.
Is it 15? 16?
15.
Passive perception is an 18.
Okay, so yeah, you.
Yes, it is good.
As it steps to the wall, you see it immediately as this thing tries to sneak in, but it will swing at you 3 times. That is a. All of them are 7s, so 15, 3 15s.
Now I'll hit.
That is 11, 20, 32 points of force damage. And that ends their turn. Perry! And it seems as if you walked into an ambush.
Alright.
What are you doing?
Can I hit the 2 of them with Conjure Barrage, but not Rotmere?
Okay, with the way this would work,
You hit me.
do it here.
Oh, those 2.
If you do it here, you're going to hit Rotmere. If you do it at him, you're going to hit Flynn. So you can get both in, but you're going to hit either Flynn or Rotmere.
If I take a step forward, would that make a difference?
It would make a difference.
Then I will take a step forward.
Okay. He's already used his reaction, so he can't do that again.
And
So
he's
now you can
down.
get them both.
Okay.
Well, he can still attack when he's prone. He's just at disadvantage.
Disadvantage twice?
So it turns your thing into a shotgun?
Yeah, Conjure Barrage. And I think it's 3d8.
So that's dexterity saving throws, correct?
Yeah.
Oh, fail.
Yeah,
2 and a 3.
Oh, that's not bad damage. That is 9 plus 7 is 16.
16.
I'm going to use my bonus action to put Hunter's Mark on the Revenant. And then I'm going to... Okay.
I'm talking about the cards.
Run over here. As far as I can.
Scamper.
Scamper!
Scamper.
You can you put your back up against that wall.
Yep. Let's hope no more come through the wall.
Nope, sorry. 5 feet before the wall.
Oh, that's good.
Well, that you got windows behind you, so if they're coming out, they're literally like fake. It seems like they still have to obey some of the laws of physics. They don't seem to be able to fly or anything like that. Tristan, you're up. Thraka, you're on deck.
Boom, boom. Get the one that's right there on Flynn. So, yeah.
Oh,
that's
Of course.
Sending it, baby go.
Just the kind of week I'm having.
Yeah.
I think everyone's having that.
You missed the laptop. We're good.
Yeah, it missed everything important, which I guess that's at least a thing. Okay, so, Tristan, what are you doing?
I'll be doing Searing Smite.
Okay,
So,
roll 2
obviously
hits.
rolling that
Yep.
first. And then we'll do the smite.
That's it.
15 plus 13 is
That is a hit.
What's the third die?
It's a 5.
25
and then
damage.
That's that. That's initial damage. Let's
Thank you.
do it at a level 2.
Okay.
So increases to 2d6 instead of 1.
I think into the door.
7 fire damage.
7 fire damage, and it must make a successful Constitution save, or it will be on fire
Burn.
for a minute.
Okay, give me a moment.
Let me get that. Second level.
Take a mop to that one down, I guess.
It'll be nice
Good
too to
job,
have our
Nick.
drinks under the table.
Yeah.
Under the table.
What did I do?
For the paper towels.
No.
Jeez.
No.
Looked like a
Okay,
crack.
there. At least I clean up after myself, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, so Constitution saving throw. That is a 9.
So it failed.
9.
That is a 9. Okay,
It
so
fails.
how much damage did it take?
It took the, how much was it?
25 radiant and 7
7
fire.
fire damage.
Okay.
And it's caught on fire.
And
And it's
on
on fire, bitch.
Now you guys have seen this enough. While fire hurts it, doesn't appear to be 100% effective. Trisman, that is your action, correct?
Yes.
Thraka, you're up. Followed by
Is that a
me.
ghost on fire?
Yeah.
It's not really a ghost. That's the thing, is it's not really undead. It seems to exist simultaneously in
Here.
the ethereal plane and the material plane. So it still has a physical form.
Gonna go ahead and forget about that spell.
Okay, so I'm gonna run up on homeboy who's on the ground.
Okay.
I get advantage, right? If I swing it.
Yeah, well,
Yep.
Yeah, that's why.
Alright.
So that's 10, 15, 20, 25. So you still have 5 feet of movement if you want to use it after that.
I did it.
I'm gonna swing at his nuts.
Roll it.
Or
That
what's
is the
left
one.
of his
Well, if
nuts.
you're at point blank range, you could kill him.
First attack,
Still.
21.
21 is a hit.
Alright. And then second attack, 24 is a hit then.
Yep. Damage twice, please.
As far as the D8s go, 10 on the D8s plus another 10, so 20. And as far as the D6s go, 8. So 20 weapon damage, and then...
Don't bother with the d6s.
So 20 weapon damage.
20 weapon damage.
Action surge, going to punch him in the nuts again with the hammer.
Okay.
Cold Justice. Cold Testicular Torsion. First swing, 26 hits.
Yep.
And then 27 hits.
Yep. Roll weapon damage twice.
16.
Okay. Alrighty. So now is me. He is going to stand up. And he is going to go ahead and take...
This is gonna hurt.
he's going to take 1 attack on each of you.
It's gonna hurt regardless.
So it's a disadvantage, correct?
Disadvantage except for on me.
Yep. So the one on you is a 30.
Damn, that doesn't hit.
Okay.
Not at all.
I didn't think so, but I thought I'd
This right here, he calls himself Thunder God, but really he should be called the one
That
man
is
phalanx.
18, so 15 points of slashing damage.
Oy.
15.
Which technically we could call you anyways, even after that hit.
Yeah. And then on Arnos with disadvantage, that is a 25.
That's still a hit.
13 to hit.
Parries in, in the smart spot.
8, so
I think
12
that's
points
from
of
that.
slashing damage. And Thraka with disadvantage, damn. That is a 25.
Yes.
What the fuck?
Okay, roll it.
That's his low roll?
Come on.
Yeah.
Alright.
It has a plus 12 to hit.
Yep, he doesn't hit you.
So again, as this thing is about to swing, the dwarf steps in front, and I mean, this guy hits so hard. I mean, it jars every bone in your body as that blade impacts the shield. And as that happens, he looks at you and goes, "I guess I'll have to deal with you first."
Oh shit.
Arnos.
Well, shit. Can't disarm him? Yeah, I'll just let him stand for now.
Cut his arm off. Disarm him.
Yeah, right. I will disarm him the literal way. Spear.
That would technically work, right? You can't take
I don't
sword
like
out
him.
stand.
I put
He
the
can't be disarmed.
Slayer's mark. Yeah,
Yeah.
I could.
You can cut off his arm all you want, but it's not going to hit the ground.
It
Not even
one on
five?
one side. Jesus. Yep, that's a
He's
hit.
Revenant.
That is a 25.
That is a hit. Damage, please.
16 plus 21 points of damage.
Okay.
One big fuck you. I'll leave it.
Is that English or a sneeze?
A little bit, not both.
A little bit of both. A little bit of both.
God, I hate this guy so much.
God, he is so wired today. I like it.
6 points
I'm
damage.
gonna feed you. I'm gonna feed you caffeine.
No.
Anything else?
I didn't take caffeine.
Sugar.
That's that.
It's all just the cocaine.
Oh my god, don't. Our players do not do cocaine.
After your
Kyle.
all of his legendary actions cost him 2 actions to do, and he only has 2 legendary action points. So I'm just going to say he uses a legendary action. So he's going to use his legendary action to cast a spell
No.
on you.
Counterspell.
Oh,
Roll level.
bitch!
4th.
Sorry.
Roll it.
High level paladin. Yeesh.
Oh!
And I was
May-
going to say with disadvantage anyway after you roll.
May I attempt?
Sure, you may attempt.
Because it's at 5th level.
Okay, roll it.
9? At 5th level? Don't know how that works.
What's your arcana?
It's intelligence plus your proficiency if you got arcana.
Intelligence plus.
Yeah, well, hit skills.
Plus
So see if you got a
Go to
proficiency.
skills. Arcana.
Plus 5.
So 14 is a no. Because it is a 6th level spell. So against you?
Do I have to make a save?
No, well, you will, but let's see if he hits you. Oh, never mind. He doesn't attack you yet. He just casts a spell. His blade suddenly begins to vibrate.
Okay.
Ah, shit.
Is
Flynn, you're up. Rotmir, you're on deck.
Quicken.
You gotta understand.
Booming.
Mirror image.
Okay.
That little card.
I guess I'll find another target.
Well, you can shoot at him this turn.
Beam him.
I didn't come around.
Okay.
I do need to put
So that is 2 Constitution saving throws, correct?
Yep.
That is 2 fails. They cannot be blinded.
32 damage.
32?
Yeah.
Damn. All right. You see it hit
Hey,
them, and
made
their
up for
bodies
the last one.
and they seem to coalesce back in the material plane for just a moment. Any other actions from you, Flynn?
That was bonus, standard, and move.
Okay. Rotmir, followed by me.
Okay, I'm gonna start out with bonus action special attack.
Okay.
This is with my hand axe.
Yes, sir.
So 29.
29 is a hit. Damage. 6 plus
Okay,
what's your
wait,
strength?
wait. So this is 10.
Okay.
10 slashing damage. And another 15, so 25.
Okay.
Woo!
It's that one, if he attacks anyone else, it's the
that
special
one.
hit.
Nice.
Okay.
I like that one.
Okay, flanking, second attack.
Roll a hit.
30.
Yep, sir.
6 damage.
6 damage. Yeah.
Okay.
And third attack. Miss.
And this is a non-magical hand axe, correct?
Non-magical hand axe.
Okay. Doesn't seem to be doing as much damage, but you're still just... Dwarven stubbornness is just still hacking away at this thing with this very ordinary hand axe. Not taking as much as you would think, but still doing damage. So, my turn. This guy is going to look at you, and as he enters the material plane, his eyes flare yellow. I'd like for you...
Charm.
it's not a charm. I'd like for you to go ahead and roll me a wisdom saving throw.
Ooh, +3.
Yes.
Well, you get your charisma too, right? Because your aura.
Oh, damn it. I forgot about that. I'll remember next time.
15.
Something that you were supposed to do to me?
Yeah, you're being flanked, so you don't get bonus for flanking. Because you yourself are being flanked.
15.
15 is not going to do it. You are paralyzed.
I
And...
think it works.
Petrified or
No,
just
paralyzed.
paralyzed?
And this one is going to step up, and it is going to go ahead and attack you with advantage. That is a 16.
No.
This one?
No.
That is a 23.
Yes.
And that is another 16.
No.
That is 14 points of force damage. Wow, I rolled really shitty with that. And I'm going to give her 3 regular attacks on you. Because he is being flanked, so he would not provide flanking bonus for that one. Okay? That is a 18,
Miss.
a 22,
That's a hit.
and a 30. No, I'm sorry, 27.
That's a hit.
Small
difference.
2 hits. 12 and 9 is 21 force damage.
Ow.
Perry, you're up. Tristan, you're on deck.
Do I get flanking on him?
No.
Eh,
No, you're not melee.
Oh.
You don't get flanking for ranged weapons ever.
Aww.
Then everyone would have ranged weapons.
Right.
Our
Do you
whole
have any
party.
levels of rogue?
Yep. No.
There used to be a feat that did it.
Intersecting layers of fire.
Yep.
Yeah, I had that.
Because every rogue took it. Every rogue took it.
I am going to take a sniper shot at him.
Roll a hit. Roll that 1.
Roll that one, right?
Roll that 1.
Why do you gotta do
He
that?
hasn't blown up his gun in forever.
Why do you gotta put that voodoo on him, David?
Don't forget, you still got your what's it? Oh god. You
I know.
Oh god, you hit.
Oh.
24.
24 is a hit.
I like how you say it like.
So, that is 12 plus 17, 27,
37.
33.
33?
No, it's plus
He
Yeah,
is
he added-
not
he added the-
looking
You already
good.
included
You already
that.
added it,
Yeah,
yeah.
included
He
it.
is not looking good.
My second shot. Also a sniper shot.
Roll a hit.
Sneak, sneak.
Oh shit. You got luck there.
Luck.
Oh, you son of a bitch.
I know, right?
Right off that
17.
low number.
He literally swipes the bullet out of the air with a swipe of his greatsword.
Okay, what's
Hey,
the
better, hey, better.
Reload.
Swing!
Okay.
Yoda.
Freaking
Are you gonna
Jack.
move or no?
No, I think I'm good over here.
No, what I should do is have him like slice it in half and it hits Arnos and Perry.
Oh!
Yeah.
Or Arnos
You
and
suck.
Rotmir.
No,
Tristan,
they can hit Perry.
you're up. Thraka, you're on deck.
Alright,
so
so-
you get a saving throw at the end of your turn.
Well, 'cause I'm paralyzed, so I can't move.
No,
Well,
you
yeah,
are paralyzed. You can't do
literally
anything.
nothing, so you
Yeah.
can
You
just...
literally
So I'm just
nothing.
gonna do my saving throw.
That was
Go
the
ahead.
third one, by the way.
Yep.
The third luck.
What saving throw is it?
Yeah.
There's a wisdom saving throw. Go ahead.
I don't recall the second one.
It was on the misfire.
I don't recall the first one.
It was on
It's like
a check.
That is a
investigation or something.
28.
No, he farted the
For
concept.
just a few seconds, it takes over your body. You manage to shrug it off. And you feel a slight tingle at the back of your mind. And you remember a long time ago when you used to be able to feel fear. But not anymore.
And now there's anyone around me.
Thraka, you're up, followed by me.
I'm gonna mollywop the mollywopper.
Go ahead.
There's much more.
Do I still get advantage?
Nope.
He's standing up.
He's standing.
Spend one of my.
Bonus action. Go ahead.
And 18 plus 10
That's a
is
hit.
28. And then next one without advantage, 24.
24 is a hit. Damage.
It's just the 2d8.
Yeah, don't bother with the. He's immune to cold.
15.
15 total? Okay. He's not looking good.
And I get 5/10 victory.
Yes, you do.
Suck at your back.
Are you doing anything else, Thraka?
I'm staying right here. I've been pretty good so far.
Okay. So, ending that round. So, over to him. He is going to throw his first attack on you. That is a 27.
No, it misses.
So that is...
Like, horribly. It's like,
Okay.
it's like a 1.
So 19 is 16 points of slashing damage. Plus 19 points of fire damage. No, I'm sorry.
Cut in half.
I'm sorry. Hold on. It's not fire. It is psychic damage. And I need a wisdom saving throw.
Live! Wait,
You are
he's
within
within
10 feet.
the feet.
No, I failed.
God
Okay, so you have disadvantage on all attack rolls, ability checks, and you cannot take reactions.
Shit.
Okay.
Was he poisoned?
Nope.
Jesus.
His blade is no longer vibrating, and you feel that energy hit you as the blade touches your flesh, and your mind is just boxed, like sounds coming from every direction.
Okay.
He hit you with staggering smite.
Alright, tonight is
Cast
very
the
good
sixth
from
level.
here.
So does
Always, always.
is that a lasting effect? Reoccurring save?
It's until the end of his next turn.
Okay, gotcha.
So the next 2 attacks against you. One is definitely going to be missed at a 20.
Yeah.
The other one is a 26.
Yeah.
So that is another 16, so 13 more slashing damage.
Okay.
Okay, so Arnos.
Right. Trip.
Okay. So opposed athletics, correct?
Yeah.
I rolled natural 19 plus 12.
This motherfucker rolled 2 higher than me, and he's already got 2 higher than me.
Next attack,
Trip him again! Fuck! Roll low!
natural 17 plus 12.
You
29.
son of a bitch!
I've been rolling really bad on saving throws, but ability checks I'm rolling really good.
Flurry of blows, trip him again. Might as well.
Oh, we forgot.
I think that's just specifically unarmed attacks for flurry of blows.
We forgot the d6 of damage
Well,
to that
technically they
guy.
are unarmed.
Oh, I did. Go to roll it.
That's
5.
5 motherfucking points.
Okay, so 2 more points.
Motherfucker.
The fucking bird is
Go to roll your
just
hits.
trying to chop this dude down by his fucking leg.
Shit! Yeah, roll both. It's good. Wow, that's an 18 and a 17. I'd say those both hit.
Those both hit.
See, all I see in my mind is one of those Muay Thai movies where the skinny dude's kicking the giant dude in the leg. He's like,
Yes.
oh.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah,
He's like, I want to
Fuck
sweep his
you
leg.
all! I'm trying to save
Damn it.
people!
I want to sweep his
We
leg
know we
again.
appreciate you. We
Damn it.
Unarmed sneak
Like,
attack.
well, we know you're part of Cobra Kai, you motherfucker.
God, do that.
Holy shit.
Yeah, 10 plus 3. Yeah, 13 points of damage on that first one.
He's not looking hot, guys.
And that is 6 points on the next one.
He is not looking good at all.
That was the thing.
I hate you!
You can see, while the flesh is wearing away, his spirit appears to be unscathed. Flynn, you're up.
Hoping the
Rob,
spirit
you're on
would
deck. What you doing, Flynn?
The spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak and spongy and bruised.
Constitution saving throws. All right, so the orc passed, but the ranger failed.
35.
35. Okay. So yeah, the ranger is not looking healthy.
Is that the one that's on fire?
And I'm going to take an attack of opportunity.
No, you're dumb.
That is a 17.
And...
Why did you do this?
Cause... Clone!
Okay.
Staff of power.
I'm
gonna hit him.
Flap is coming loose.
Well, it's your standard action for the beam.
Oh shit, I think you did.
That's your standard action for the beam.
I thought the beam was a bonus
Standard,
action.
no, it's
Lactating.
no. For Sunbeam, I'm pretty sure Sunbeam's a standard
It
action.
might be
And
standard.
the beam itself, I thought was a bonus because you've been
Yeah,
you
yeah.
have cast spells and fired off at the same time.
Yeah, but I
Is it a-
have spell points,
It's
so...
you spell one?
concentration, right?
Yeah, it's concentration, but
I got it
it's
right now.
Action. As your action on any turn until the spell ends.
Ah.
Damn, 'cause you
And I
would've
can't
hit
quicken
too.
that, can I?
Nope.
Alright, I'll just run over there.
Okay. Rotmir. Actually, after Flynn goes, he's going to spend his action to go ahead and do. He is going to cast a spell at you, Flynn.
Counterspell.
Okay. What level?
3rd.
Roll it.
23.
It fizzles. And he narrows his eyes as he looks at you. Rotmir, you're up.
Okay, hand axe time. Bonus action, the
Kill it.
Oh, he didn't attack him.
was it a spell?
Yeah, I think it thinks his attack though, right?
Double check.
He cast a spell at me.
Double check if it's allowed for that.
I'll
too.
let David make the call.
Dude, what
Dude!
the hell?
Stop playing with it. Are you okay?
I don't have everybody's stuff memorized, so I just want to
Are you
make sure.
okay?
Yeah, it just hurt a little bit.
It's called unwavering.
Tagged in the eye.
No eye surgery at the table.
Indeed.
This way.
Who gave him a rifle?
I take it you pointed to death on that.
Yeah.
And it hit him in the eye.
It deals damage to anyone other than you, so it didn't deal damage to him.
Okay. So, still got a bonus action. 23.
23 is a hit.
So, 10 damage, slashing.
Okay, so 5.
25.
Yep.
Another-
Arnos isn't giving you advantage because he is himself being flanked. So I'll let you just re-roll that one, not the first attack.
I'm gonna do
E.
No.
So last attack.
Yeah.
Give it a shot.
Any other actions? You still have your bonus,
Yes, I do.
and your mark is not a bonus action. Your unwavering mark is part of an attack action. If you hit, you can put the unwavering mark on.
Okay.
So do you want to unwavering mark him again or no?
Yeah. And I'm going to use my bonus action for a second wind.
Okay. And you still have action surge if you like.
Yeah, but I can't. 2 bonus actions.
Action surge is not a bonus action. It is a no action.
Really?
Yep.
I thought it was a bonus
No, we've been
Not
doing
an
it wrong all this
Not
time.
an action at
Yeah.
all.
It is no
No
action.
Okay,
So
10.
25 healing.
I wish I was a fighter.
74.
And then 3 more attacks.
Jesus.
Do not fuck with the fighter. Ah, there we go.
28.
That's a hit. Damage.
9.
So 4.
Oh.
Would a under 20 hit?
No.
Yeah.
Okay. He is still not looking hot as the dwarf is just going after him with his hand axe. It is now these guys' turns. And this guy's going to provoke an attack of opportunity from you.
Got it. Yeah.
18 total?
15.
15
no,
total?
no, he's right. 18.
18 is a miss.
Yeah. I was like,
First attack against you. That is a 21.
I have
You want to pop clone? Okay. Next attack against you. 30.
Final clone.
And last attack against you. That is a crit.
That's
Oh.
Let's see. How much do I have to make?
That would be a 31.
Literally impossible.
Yeah.
Warding maneuver won't help me on any of it. now.
So 16. So 30 points of force damage. And that ends their turn. Perry. Tristan, you're on deck.
That's what is it? What's
Who are you shooting at?
The
Big dude?
yeah,
Roll a hit.
the one with my mark.
You sniper shotting or no?
Regular shot.
Okay.
I'm out of the good stuff. Ah,
That is not good.
no, that's not good.
I don't think that hits. Is it less than 20?
Yes.
Same thing. As you shoot it, just all of a sudden his blade is in the way of that bullet shot.
Fire again.
Roll a hit.
Oh, come on!
Seriously?
What is it?
It landed on
The same.
the same roll.
Damn.
You.
Bonus action. And move action.
I'm gonna action surge
Okay.
and bonus action reload.
Okay. Roll a hit.
You not? You fuck!
Last
One
shot.
more.
Lower!
Maybe try firing at a different one.
Hey,
No.
different die 20.
There we go.
There we go.
Not damn time. He did.
25.
He swapped dice.
25 is a hit.
Second 2 attacks.
Roll. That is 10 plus 2, so that's 12 plus 6. That's 18. I guess it doesn't matter.
No!
A lot.
Well, he only had 15 life left, so.
Well, Rocket just
There's a body.
down apparently.
I'm no longer
And
dead.
Perry, that is literally your load blown all over the battlefield. Twist win.
Man,
Followed by
if
Draka.
Sunbeam was a bonus action, I could have killed him.
If it was.
Is his corpse on the
Yeah.
ground?
Hey, if his spell had gone off, he was
Focus
going
on
to
the
dispel
other
that.
table.
Yeah, I kind of figured. So,
Well, you can still shoot it at things. You know, have something in your face to shoot it at. You can line up 2 targets with that one.
31.
Oh, okay. Sure, yes, but I need to go back and do something real quick. Because I'm not skipping the 2 other creatures' turns. I only went after Flynn.
Can we keep this?
Yes, you can keep that roll, but give me a second, because you might go down.
What'd you
No,
roll,
you can go
20?
down. So, first attack against you, Tristan, natural 20. Second attack against you, 21.
Yes and yes.
Third attack against you, 17.
No.
Okay, so that's 16 plus 10, 26 plus 4 is 30 plus.
Jesus Christ.
That is 44 points of damage total.
Ouch.
And then the 3 attacks on you, Arnos.
That sucks. At least they don't have advantage.
They do not have. Well, she hasn't had advantage the whole time because
No.
like you guys are like woo, like
It's a daisy chain to fuck your advantage.
So a natural 1 is a miss.
Aye.
A 19
Yeah. That's
and a natural 19 plus 10.
If she goes down, I cure Munzer.
That is for you 12 plus woo,
Stop rolling high.
30 points of damage total from both attacks.
Why? Put that over me.
Now Trisman, go ahead.
So that would be the 31.
Yep, that is definitely a hit.
So that is
Next attack or next action? What are you doing?
17.
Sure, it only had 2 hit
damage.
points
Oh,
left.
okay, good. I can walk up and hit that dude.
Yes, you can.
I'm gonna hit that dude.
Now on this one, strangely, with Flynn, you happen to have advantage.
Because he's wielding a staff.
He's got a stick in hand.
I have a stick of power, thank you.
I thought it was
You have advantage.
Oh, okay, thank
The
you.
shaft of strength?
No, it's just my rod of might.
Fuck you, though.
It's my mighty rod.
Would you roll?
it should be
9
your
plus
master
13.
might.
9 plus 13 is a 22.
Your
That's a
mighty
hit.
I
mast.
know. I wanted something better. Alright,
Your
so
righteous
Wah?
rod.
You hit.
It's either a hit, a 20, or a
24.
24. Not looking good at all. That is both of your attacks, your move. Are you going to take a bonus action or no? Thraka, you're up, followed by Arnos.
Finally! I've been at the end of the fight!
You say these things, they become corporeal every now and then?
They seem to shift between the 2.
Okay.
We're up on the one that the chicken is fighting?
Okay?
You said every now and then. Sorry. I just...
No, I want to be flanking her.
You can't flank.
Can't flank it.
I just want to box her in.
Okay?
In better terms.
That doesn't seem to do anything though, because it can walk through walls and you.
You were better off where you were in case it tried to walk out. You get an attack of opportunity.
Okay, then I'll go back there. I just don't want to hit the chicken.
What are you doing?
I'm casting Arms of Hadar.
Okay.
In the arms of a Hadar.
It must succeed in a strength saving throw.
It's like a Cthulhu
And
kitty.
you too.
Yeah, not happening.
We're very musical tonight.
That is a 21.
Yep, beats
That's
it.
a 13.
He
So
doesn't beat it.
that is.
Well, let's throw a strength
And you're
saving
using
throw
it
at
at
the
5th level, correct?
Huh?
5th level, correct?
Right.
Yeah,
So that is going to be.
it's going to be 66 damage.
Yep.
That was damage I did not need to take.
Oh, y'all told me to go right there.
Well, pretty much no matter what, if you're going to hit it, you're going to hit him too.
Yeah, there was no stuff.
So
Unless
66,
You hit
roll
it
it.
with your weapon.
You're a fan of anime.
And I need both of your spells.
I've already heard that.
You still have one of my
Roll your dice though. Roll your
I
dice.
still have one of mine.
Should I just go ahead and chop off 36?
Well, let's see.
No, he could roll 6. I've done it.
It's all boxcars all around.
If only, right?
No, that would be bad right now.
21.
Well, I'm just saying, we put him out of his misery.
Arnos.
Ow!
As these tendrils just come out and just smash into you. An attack you had no idea these creatures had.
Yeah, I'm sure that I haven't seen the warlock do that one for fucking twice.
You have. It's just weird that these guys seem to have it. I mean, is it a coincidence?
I'm tripping it. I'm tripping it.
He's
I'm
going
gonna
to
fucking
trip
try.
You know you can't trip these.
You can't trip. I know. I
No.
can't trip these.
It suddenly became very Japanese for Arnos.
For only a
No,
gold
literally,
a day.
these things are immune to blind, charmed, deafened, frightened, grappled, incapacitated, invisible.
Pretty much every
unside,
condition.
invisible,
All
paralyzed,
the fun
petrified, poisoned,
conditions. That's
prone,
why I hate fighting
restrained,
ghosts.
stunned, unconscious, exhaustion.
I hate fighting functional.
Did it take its hentai damage?
It took its half.
Okay.
Yeah, it took its half. I took the whole.
For only a gold piece a day, you two can save Cthulhu Kitty.
It's more like it. Ow. That is a 22.
22's a hit. Damage.
15 points of damage.
He's so wired and salty right now. You can't trip it. Why not? You can disarm it. Why not?
I just realized.
Violated by tentacles. Why?
His half damage was the first damage this thing has taken.
That's the one that ran away.
No, it doesn't look like it.
Oh, it's a lady. May I introduce it to my tentacles?
I'm gonna die.
Next attack.
Don't
You guys
worry.
did focus
Nope,
Big
that's a
Nasty
miss.
down. Okay.
That's a miss. And I'm gonna take a moment to take a dodge.
Okay, patient defense. Oh,
He's like,
that's...
"Did you
Why
dodge?"
would you do that? I want to hit you.
Yeah, no! Fucking
Flynn,
die!
you're up, followed by
Yeah,
Rob.
she could have done it by herself.
In the arms of a dog. Smack it in the
Go
dick.
away.
Oh!
Smack it in the dick.
Smack it in the dick!
Okay, what are you doing?
I don't know. How many? What's a staff do?
Well, you got the card.
No, I know what the staff does, but the actual damage of a staff.
Oh, it's a D6. Well, you're willing in both hands, right?
Yeah.
So D8.
For parry
All right,
staff,
I'm
it's
gonna burn
1 point
5
of
charges
damage.
for power strike, so it's a
The D6 per charge.
30
yeah.
poison.
Because I sat my feeling on it.
So D8 and 5D6.
plus 2.
Yep.
2 strength?
No,
Wait,
it's plus
just
2 weapon.
Yeah.
I'll come back before my turn.
Does it do its
Yes.
damage because it's a staff?
22
of,
damage.
I made it all the way.
22 damage to Orc.
He's a
It is not looking good, actually. Which is really weird. Any other actions, Flynn?
Because it did harms the Dar and shot out tentacles, and Arnos is like, why are there tentacles?
Nah, I'm good.
Okay.
I've struck something in melee combat for the
Ramir.
first time ever.
You are up.
No, the mace. No, wait, you missed the mace.
I'm going to use whatever amount of movement
I've
it costs me to switch to
Close combat before, it's just not pretty.
Oh, it's just part of your movement. It's just part of the move
He
action.
goes, cha-cha!
Okay, so I'm going to switch to the, shit, what's it called?
Sunsword.
These aren't undead, so I only
No,
get 2.
but they do
Yeah.
take radiant damage.
If it was undead,
Unlike
it'd be
the
so
other
much
Revenant,
better.
unlike the Revenant, they are not immune to radiant damage.
Miss.
Second attack.
Good.
Can you take one of my advantages?
No.
27.
And this is the Orc.
This is that guy.
Alrighty.
You don't want to go with the tentacles?
Then I'll use rest of my movement.
No, the tentacles!
There's no
the
tentacles.
No,
No,
it's just
one
at
off.
burst. Yeah.
Oh,
Sorry, yeah.
it's a
Okay,
burst
so
of
we know
hentai,
what
not prolonged.
You're thinking of the other. What's the other?
It's the 3-minute clip, not the 30-minute one.
Okay, and I got advantage.
You're thinking of
You
already
do.
black tentacles. That one last. I've already seen it.
Yeah, I know which one you're talking about.
28.
28 is a hit. Damage.
That hurts.
12. 17.
17. Okay. Is that your turn?
Let's see. Already did Axe and Surge. Already did the second wind. These don't come back after a short rest.
I killed something.
Let me see.
I did 22 damage with a melee
It's a
attack.
full rest, I think.
I just suddenly remember half.
I think you might get it back in a half. Let's see. You never know because they do change stuff. So.
No, that was fire. Cade distinctly remembers fire.
Yep. Long rest. Yep.
Okay,
Just
that's,
punch
So
me
you're
for
not
that.
gonna do it.
Yeah,
Okay.
what's
It
it
is
say?
now their turn.
You burn.
Perry, you're on deck. Arnos, this thing seeks your death.
Of course it does.
That is a natural 1.
Sorry.
It drops his weapon.
That is
I know right now.
26.
That's a hit. 20, it's like
Disarm is now known as
Disadvantage.
chicken slap.
Why does it disadvantage?
Because I
Oh, that's right.
Defense.
Okay,
so the
so
last one missed. It was an at one.
okay, so that one, so a natural 14 and a natural 15. So 23
That's a hit.
or 25 still hits,
Yeah,
and then disadvantage on the last one is 17.
that's a miss.
Okay.
Would it hit me?
Ouch. That is
Paper
20
hits you.
damage.
Come on.
I
I'm
rolled
down.
max.
Ah, fuck no.
Arnos falls down.
No, not Arnos, my chicken.
And that.
You say that?
Wow, you went full British for a second.
chicken.
So you are now able to take reactions.
over there.
So
Arnos
this thing is
rolls
going
on
to
the
provoke
max.
an attack of opportunity with your hold the line.
Okay.
Roll it.
Hit it in the dick.
You got the high.
That is a 20, not natural.
20 is a match. So it stops moving, correct?
0 speed.
Okay. Damage?
5 plus 6 is 11.
Alrighty. Perry. Tristan, you're on deck.
Okay.
Well, now that there's an open shot,
There is.
I'm going to take it at it.
Roll the hit.
Well, first I'm going to use my bonus action to reload.
Okay. Yes, that would help.
I'm gonna take the shot.
For
Click.
fuck's sake.
What is that?
Go for it. Plus.
Again?
13.
Yeah.
Nope. So go ahead.
No, it's... Well, what is that?
16?
Plus
17.
17?
Yeah.
Nope.
Okay. Higher again.
But rolls a lot.
Right?
Sick laddie. 12 plus.
Well, that's 25.
That is the hit. Damage.
Oh, hey. Almost max damage. 16, 15, 16, 21.
21. Alrighty. It is discorporating, shifting into that other plane more often now. Tristan, Thraka, you're on deck.
Boom. So I walk or get up to it and
Keep the beam clear.
am I in the clear of the beam?
Yeah.
As far as you know, go ahead.
Okay, that's true. As far as I am. And I'm gonna get
Fair
it.
enough.
Very
I'll
true.
fry
Please
somebody.
do not.
Don't worry.
You. That's a 25.
25 is a hit. Damage.
Hold on.
Sad chicken dance music plays around Arnos.
21.
Yep. 21.
I was thinking.
Okay,
Inside.
next attack.
The sad joke was
Just like where
Miss.
it's
No to a 17.
17 is a miss.
Minor key.
Thraka, you are up.
Yeah!
What you doing, Thraka?
You can
swing
hit
at his
it.
dick.
Okay.
It's gonna swing at that dick.
Does a 17 hit?
No.
Does a 13 hit?
No.
No, it's the 17 does not hit.
So Arnos. Death saving throw.
Ah, yeah, I'm good. 11.
Flynn.
Move up next to Arnos.
Touch him.
That was so gentle.
It's gonna
Give him the
caress
gentle
your
caress.
Okay,
It's gonna
Rocket.
cup.
Quick cast and beam through it.
Okay. So it gets Constitution saving throw.
Yep.
That is going to be a fail.
Yeah. So, there's the quick cast.
I'm gonna hit.
Burn on those resources.
Yeah, I know, David. 20 damage.
20 damage.
20 damage.
And only had 18 health left. Or 19 health left.
Death blow!
Well, how much did I heal?
He's
Death
doing that
blow.
right now.
19 hit points. In the arms of a dog.
Sadly,
Tentacles.
as sound suddenly dissipates yet again, you can hear above you the pitter-patter of rain.
I thought you said the pitter patter.
Did that greatsword just cost my...
Yep.
Damn it.
I thought he was going to
There is the body of this thing, as you guys kill it, it is the body of a woman. A human woman.
Does it look like the one on the? That's
No,
right.
it looks like a Vistani.
You killed the gal.
If we don't get
No, you killed a
something
girl.
out
I
of
didn't kill the
this,
girl.
That one gets this girl.
Search the room.
Can
Roll
someone
investigation.
massage Aranos back to life?
That hurts.
Mr. Massagy.
Investigation. 21.
I really
21?
can't afford
Okay.
for this.
This room looks like it has seen better days. Besides the half-destroyed chair, the candelabras that have been cast aside, the rug that seems as if it's seen better days. There appears to be nothing here besides whatever would be here. I mean, there's a hole in the ceiling. I mean, you guys can see rain coming through that hole and landing all over that rubbled area.
Once again.
Yeah,
You could just say it.
it's well fine. 20 minutes.
Oh, there's nothing here.
Is there anywhere we haven't searched yet?
Thank you.
There's the other side of the hallway.
To the other side of the hallway. After, I'm going to sit down for 5 minutes and attune to a different magic item.
As you guys get to the other side of the hallway, you can see to your right there is an open door and another narrow staircase leading up.
That's it.
There's the other door that you can see on the other
Open
side.
the other door.
It appears to be a very, very worse for wear, like meeting area. There's a table, there's chairs about it, but they're half destroyed. It looks as if this is most likely where they met for meetings, for missions, other such things. Formal, but not as formal as the previous area that you were in. But it looks completely ransacked.
I don't know. So you want to give me a hand looking around this place?
Nope.
Go up the
Oh,
tower.
and sorry, within this room, you see the 3 more of the humanoid corpses that are naked.
Not without taking more of a rest.
Head up the
It really hurts.
What time of day
Sure.
is it? Can we tell?
naked.
At this point, for how long? You guys have spent a few hours in here, walking around and searching. It's probably close to 4 o'clock.
I guess head up the tower.
You guys gonna rest first?
Short
oh
rest.
yeah, short rest, please.
And where are you guys short resting? The one good thing about the Knight's Hall is you can close that door. It's still structurally sound, that area.
Close the door, rest in the Knight's Hall.
Close the door.
Then I'm gonna tune or try and sense undead.
Oh, you sense undead.
Just plenty around.
Within 6 miles? Oh yeah. And you sense some very close.
I'm going to swap magic items on from my robe of persistence to ring of force resistance.
Okay.
Well, and then I search around this room.
Well, the room that you guys are in, you guys have searched through. There's
okay.
not much. It doesn't look like an area of like it's an area where people convene, but it's not something where things would be left behind.
I'm gonna borrow.
Can I have my spells back? Please.
yes, you are a warlock.
So at this point, there's no
I
place.
do not have your other spell, man.
I'll just keep it annotated on the thingy until you get
Yeah,
them both.
I do not have your other spell, so it should be with you.
So there's no place that we haven't searched in this place.
Just the stairs leading up.
Oh, we should take a look up there. I mean, after a rest.
Here you go. Here's another one. It's the wrong level though, so just remember it's 5th.
My casting level's my mental age, bro. Like, it's not gonna change.
12.
Giving yourself a little credit on that casting level.
Right?
Wow.
Again, as before, an hour passes. Uneventfully, except that feeling of dread that you feel, that you felt all here, that's just been more coalesced and condensed here. It seems to be heightening. Though, to those of you who are near Triswin, it feels like an odd tickle in the back of your mind. But when you stray too far away from her, you can feel that palpable sense of dread. But staying in close proximity to her alleviates the symptoms.
I think Strahd definitely knows that we're here.
I just have this image of them all like on top of her, and she's just like,
Again, moving as
Yeah, she's just like.
Let's spread it up this flight of stairs.
Okay.
As you all head up, you all can see, and let me pull this up real quick so I can get this properly. Coming up this battlement, or this staircase, opens out into what looks to be the top, the parapet, the top of this structure. As you open the very worn wooden door, most of the wood itself has rotted away. Only the iron bindings keep it actually together. As you push it open, it just kind of bends and moves. It doesn't like turn on the hinge. You're just literally pushing wood out of your way, cracking and popping as it does so. You can see down the stairs, you can see a 20-foot diameter hole that sits in this roof, in the area that you were directly beneath. You guys can see there is the remnants of a structure. To your left, the structure appears to be all but gone. To your right, there still seems to be about a quarter of the structure still standing, but it is completely cast in shadow from where you all can see. You cannot see into that structure. The ramparts around you extend out at an angle and then wrap around this place. On the left hand, to your left, the wall is just fallen off, where the rest of the southern side of Argynvostholt caved in on itself. To your right, you can see stairs leading up to what looks to be a battlement. What may have at one time been two turrets, two crossbow turrets on this for ballistae. Sorry, two ballistae, not full size, but like almost like a one-person ballistae on both sides. The one closest to you is just long destroyed. The other one appears to be in working order. It's made of that dark wood that you both know is fairly weather resistant, where most of the buildings in this area are structured out of that, as it is more resistant to water damage than typical wood is. Beyond, you can see across, past the hole, through the middle of that structure on the other side, you can see a twin to where you stand now, where it is mirrored in that direction. What are you all going to do?
Search what we can and then
check the structure.
Yeah.
Okay, so stepping down the stairs and moving onto the structure. I'd like each of you guys to roll me perception checks to see what you notice.
everything.
Fucking everything.
Natural 20.
24.
Natural 20.
Oh.
So natural 20, 24, a 4.
18.
21.
Rocket steps.
So the four of you, as you walk up, you are very interested in this hole. It seems to have a strange shape. You kind of approach it, you get about 10 feet away and you start looking at it. It looks as if something came down. Like it's broken away from the hole.
Like something dive bombed through.
Yeah, exactly. Like something dive bombed this.
So nothing came
didn't
up.
erupt from it. Something went down into this at some point. Though it appears old, it doesn't look like it's recent or anything. The three of you, or the four of you, as you all approach and kind of spread out around the hole a bit, the four of you catch movement inside the remnants of this building to the north. And as the four of you stop in place and look, you see two bright blue glowing points of light that are the size of golf or baseballs. As you watch, shadow peels away as a giant serpent-like head slowly pushes from the darkness into the light. And you can see the skeletal remains of a huge dragon.
We found him.
That's where we're going to stop for now.
Ah, damn it.
It is 11:30. We will not make it through that fight in time.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Had a great time tonight. I hope you guys had as much fun as we did. Thank you all once again for joining us. Once again, we are sponsored by Military Gamer Supply and Davis Towers Terrain. If you like what you see, please do us a favor. Head on to YouTube. Go to Dice and Dudes. Dice and Dudes. Give us a like. Give us a follow. Ring that bell. Like us on social media. Facebook, Instagram. All the Twitters. You know. Do all that good stuff. Give us a bunch of likes. If you have any recommendations or if you want any kind of shout outs or anything like that or any such thing like that, hit us up. We want to try to get more interaction going with the people who watch the show. I'm not going to call you guys fans yet, but we'll win you over. Trust me, we will. We do have the move coming relatively soon. Well, hopefully one day the cameras will come on. You guys will just see us in a brand new location with better lighting. So here's hoping for that.
We'll put up the Discord on the Facebook.
Thank you all so much for joining us. We love you, and remember, keep rolling them dice.
Later, guys.
Good night.